Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. I want to say I'm really shocked and stunned tonight. There's a lot of things that we're gonna get into. It's a lot of things that are going on in the gaming industry. So much to talk about, and I'm so glad and honored to be here tonight. I want to say first and foremost, if you like what we're about, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Remember, hit the notification bell, please, because that will give you access to every time we go live. We're breaking news, and we tend to stack up the news throughout the weeks, and we want to make sure that we bring you great content day in and day out. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of the New Legal. You are part of the X League of Extraordinaires. I got my man Six Slayer in the building. I just saw my man Realist One just back out. He's probably having some connection issues, but he's right back in the building. No problem. The Realist One in the building. Thank you so much. And I got Games Hero in the building. And listen, guys, y'all already know. You see the title of the header. It's gonna be a banger tonight. I'm excited. And let's go. How y'all doing tonight, man? What's up, Sick?
What up, homie?
What's up, Realist?
What's happening?
Game Heroes is cooking, so he'll be back here soon, y'all. What's up, Chit Chat? Hey, viewers,
Game
how y'all
Heroes
doing
can't
tonight?
cook.
Let's go have a good talk, man. We wanted to give y'all a real talk tonight. I'm having a lot of fun, man. Yo, shout out to my man Tom Warren for letting me come up in his spaces tonight and talk.
Gang. Yep. Tom
Yeah,
Warren is the man right there.
Salute. I had a lot of fun, man. It's good to be back, y'all. It's been kind of with the news, man, until today. You know, today just one thing after another, man. And Sick, you know how we get down, man. When that news starts stacking, the phone calls get made, DMs start popping off. Everybody's like, yo, right, things, what y'all got to talk about, man? Y'all got to go in.
What up, Talia?
Got to hit up everybody. That's it. What's up, David? What's up, man? David BGS in the building. Long time no see. Tally up. Let's tally up,
man. It has been a while.
It's been a minute, man. It's been like, what, 14 days? Listen, man, I've been taking trips. I went down to Tennessee, man. I went back down through Memphis and everything, man. Got out there in them country woods, ate some good barbecue. I came back. Everybody's been working, man, and working hard, taking care of their families. And it's just good to be back, y'all. It's just good to be back, man. Y'all see the header, man. What's good, people? I mean, do we need to do a moment of silence?
I think we do, because you know what? As we discussed, prior, starting the show, they went out like real G's.
All right, let everybody.
So let's do something nice for them.
Yeah, everybody. We're just gonna do a moment of silence, and we'll be back. This goes out to Stadia. It was a good run. The pioneers of cloud gaming, is especially within the console space. Representing these console games in a cloud format. They really were visionaries of things to come. And their vision is going to very surpass that idea for Stadia. So much respect to Google and the Stadia vision. We're going to give a moment of silence.
R.I.P. Stadia. Died so young.
Man.
Yeah.
Need taps.
So let's get into the realness about that, yo. Like, it was my opinion, and I think the opinion of many, but chime in with how you feel on this. That Stadia was largely DOA off bat.
Yep, absolutely.
No question about it, right? Like, it pioneered a lot of stuff. It was innovative, just like On Live was, right? The original one. Because On Live, the logo of On Live was a bunch of little screens. If when you launched On Live, all those little screens was somebody else's game live in the little logo. Okay, and the technology that's required to get that to happen is immense, right? And Stadia is owned and run by Google. Their idea was their servers are so close to your internet that lag would be low, it would be great. And a lot of people say a lot of positive things about the cloud performance of Stadia. Like it was the best in many people's eyes in terms of performance, right? Early on, it really wasn't. But low key, it got to that point. And so it's a loss, I guess. But they really were struggling from the day they came out. They would never their marketing was terrible. The execution was worse because they seemed to give up immediately, and we've been waiting on this announcement for a long time because they fell flat on their face and just laid in the mud this whole time, I feel like, until now, when they finally announced that it's done for real. I do got to give them some credit for how they left, man. Full refunds for everything.
Speak on it.
That's really important too because
it's class.
It's class, number one, but also it does not put a permanent scar on the concept of the cloud because this is a major fear that people have, right? If you purchase a bunch of software on Stadia and it goes, what's going to happen to all the money you spent on these games? You can't play them except for Ubisoft games. I happen to know that if you bought any Ubisoft games on Stadia, they also give you Uplay code, so at least you could, play it on PC. It's a small, a bonus, but it should be like, right? But you know what? All games should really have discs with CD keys, right? So you get a cloud version when you buy the disc. You get the code, just like on Blu-ray movies and stuff. They give you the digital version too. They give you the code.
That would be dope.
Same thing.
I'm not even gonna lie.
That's what they should have done since last generation with this whole DRM thing. That's pretty much what it seemed like they were trying to do in a way, but it got all confusing and all types of. We're not going to get back into that, but you know what I mean, right? Like that could have been the answer since way back then, and that could have been the answer now. But they knew well enough to not do that, to recompense everyone for games and hardware. This is very important because on every other cloud platform, the games you purchase are games you can play on their platform outside of the cloud. GeForce Now is just your Steam games. It's like you're just renting a remote PC. Xbox, those are just Xbox games, right? What's the other one? Amazon Luna. Those are PC games. In fact, you could buy PC games from Amazon real cheap. Okay? There's outside ways to play those games. Not so for Stadia. It was 100% cloud. So the fact that they did this was major. Google burnt a lot of money. Hopefully they learned some lessons out of this that they can leverage into other things, because those are some high-performance servers that they had running these games. Okay? So the technology and all the things that they put effort into, we hope it's not wasted, and they do it in other things like in YouTube and other things like that, right? You could do an end run back into gaming on the server side. That would be big. But for now, I think, good attempt, and at least you didn't salt the earth on the way out.
I think it was a horrible attempt. I think that I put it out there. Like when I first heard about it, it was DOA.
Yeah.
I mean, you come into the market, you want to be a storefront, but you're selling games that have already been out.
After Boss, Red Panda, what up?
And you're asking people to basically go out and repurchase these games to stream them in the cloud. They expected to carve out a whole niche with very little promotion and advertisement. They expected people to completely abandon the platforms that they had, or have it as a side piece, so to speak. And it didn't work out that way. I knew it wasn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Google didn't have the cojones to stick it out.
Yeah, they never do.
I knew they don't. I mean, if it doesn't pop off immediately, then Google is out. I knew that it wasn't going to last, but I still took my dumb ass over there and tried it anyway and bought a couple games. So at least they give me my money back. That's class, because we know that there's a company out there that if they had to gracefully bow out the way that Google is today, nobody would get a refund of any sort.
Speak on it.
Because this certain company will not refund you if you download the game. All right. So I mean, Google's $1 trillion company. So I did expect them to close out with some kind of class with this, but I knew that the service. I'm a supporter of a lot of things. I believe in the cloud. Google does have the best cloud service, or had the best cloud service. They didn't have the content. The writing was on the wall when they started closing down studios, and when I'm gonna tell you something. I think I told you this legal. Microsoft makes people just have to. They just have to come out and speak the truth sometimes. Sony hasn't yet, but Microsoft, when they purchased Bethesda, Google just had to say, you know what, we don't want any of that. And then they tried to backpedal on it and try to, let their current, they forgot about the customers they did have, which is obviously not too many, right? Because if there were a lot of customers, I doubt they'd be talking about refunds. They're even refunding the hardware, right?
Yeah.
So so it could not have been. There could not have been too many people.
Rare. Those controls are gonna get real rare, I feel.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if anybody wants it, they can have my controller. But I knew it was not going to work. I knew it was DOA because of the fact that it's just they didn't position it correctly. There was no marketing campaign. They basically told us that it was there. Once I found out that they were not getting support, this is what a lot of PlayStation fans say the Xbox should do, which I think is dumb, right? I'm going to pay you for the privilege of selling your software on my platform. That's silly, but that's what Google did. Google had to pay for ports. That's how bad it was for Stadia, right? And you got $1 trillion company that's not backing you. What's the point? Google just tries things. You have to give them their kudos for at least trying things. But I know they were first movers and it didn't work out for them. And I'm not surprised at the announcement. I'm glad that they're handling this with class. And I guess that's about all we can ask from them, because nobody was. I mean, I'm not gonna say nobody. Ubisoft, give Ubisoft credit. They're supporting everybody on every platform that they can.
Yes, they do.
They're even putting some of their AAA titles on the Switch. All right, so Ubisoft was there for them. EA was in and out. 2K was in and out. You can start to see the writing on the wall when these certain games that are more than capable of running on the service were completely skipping out on the service. I'm not surprised with this, but again, I'm glad that they're taking care of people and they're not ruining it for
everybody else.
Not just for cloud, because this is one of the main talking points of #physical, right? So people bought these games that they didn't own. Right, and then the service goes kaput. Because see, if this was anybody else other than Google, there wouldn't be a happy ending to this.
Exactly.
There would be no happy ending to this.
To point to Sony, but it's also Nintendo and Microsoft. If this was either one of them, all three of them, they wouldn't have made this move to pay back everything.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they got counsel from everybody else who remains. Hey, you gotta handle this the right way. Yeah, because we all want them, not just Xbox. Xbox spearheaded it and it bit them, but everybody wants to be digital. It's easier. You can control your medium that way. Yep. If they had not have done it this way, they would have ruined it for everybody, and not just in the cloud platform. Although they were the only ones who were trying to sell games, retail like that, whereas everybody else they have a service of some sort. So they did the right thing for gaming, not just for their company and for their customers. Because if they did not, everybody would be. It would get around. Although Stadia was a small platform in terms of the consumers, this would have had big repercussions in the industry as a whole.
Yeah, big time, big
Yeah,
time,
and
and that's
also
the
forget
key point.
don't forget that neither one of them are gaming companies. You know, they have a lot to learn. It's almost a wake up call for all other companies that your money doesn't always guarantee success. Just because you got a big bank doesn't mean you're just going to automatically be successful. Gaming is a well respected culture, and that's what I've always represented the culture. I've always said that I love everything about the gaming culture except for one thing: toxicity. I don't care what you do. As long as it ain't toxic, I'm cool with it because I've lived in this gaming industry too long. One thing that I do know, if you don't understand your culture from what you are trying to build, it will not work. And it seemed like Google just thought, well, and Phil Harrison knows this, but Google is by far his biggest platform. I think Phil just thought that people were just going to automatically flock to it because it was Google. And he underestimated it. I mean, he came with the cloud. He understood the business. He understood his rival. He understood his rival. He just, there's no gaming library. Google basically was a platform hoping that companies would put their games on it. They couldn't get any exclusive games. They couldn't get it to appeal. Their promises they couldn't deliver. I spoke about this earlier. And you got the fans that wanted it, you know, they bought into it, but you could tell after months and months went by, Google not saying anything. You're just like, man, I wonder what it's doing. They don't understand that. Hey,
Leo, can I ask you a question?
They didn't understand. They didn't understand as much as it sucks, right? You gotta come out and talk about sales, man. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
Your fans want to know if you're making money or not, if things are selling or not. Google wouldn't address it. They just don't get it. You know, they just don't get it. And in this industry, man, it's an impatient industry. You know, especially something like Google, man, they're hyped up. They want to see you come in. A lot of them want to see what other company's going to make another company do. And Stadia just didn't even do anything. Like, I knew they were in trouble as soon as Game Pass came out, man. I was like, man, this is brutal. You know, this is absolutely brutal, man. And we just never could hear anything. We're all on Twitter. When was the last time you saw somebody represent Stadia? You got to have a community. And your community can't be scared. You just got to get out there and represent. We're from, me and Realist is from Texas. And he's in a bigger city than I am. He's in Houston. I'm in Arlington. I know damn well he don't hear nobody in Houston talking about no Stadia. Nowhere. And that's the problem. It's got to start down here, man. Word of mouth is what helps consoles grow and remain strong. It can't just be put on a commercial. It can't just be put on a billboard. It's got to come from people's mouths, man. That is great. Oh, you need to go buy that. You need to go play this game. That's the way it is, man. And with Stadia, it just wasn't enough ammunition. What did you have to go off of? You know, you really didn't have nothing to go off of.
Now, let me ask you this. What was the Stadia phone? Okay, what was the phone presence? Like, you run the biggest phone platform. Where was you at with any of that? You know, all these controllers that were coming out at the time for phones. How come y'all weren't actively embracing that and making that a part of your platform so your platform is ready and optimized for where it's built in? What the hell are they doing?
When it comes
YouTube?
to,
they didn't even utilize YouTube.
Yes, they did. I don't want you guys to go too far, right? Look, when it comes to introducing the product, you hope that touting these features will bring people to the platform, generate interest, and get yourself some pre-orders and things, and we'll find out exactly what the interest is. All of they had it to where you could send links and play and game up. And play together. They had it where we can share easier on YouTube, but these things did not help. Did not help. No, and they never came, right? They mention these things, right? But see, the mention of these things should bring customers. That's how they feel. That's the way they handled it. But they had so many features that never really took off. They have phones just like I think that was I don't remember who just mentioned it, and they didn't take advantage of that. They didn't because the Stadia controller barely worked with your phone. You had to direct connect it. It
Right.
wasn't
But
a Bluetooth. It was Wi-Fi.
right.
Go ahead.
And I agree with you. The thing is, word could people, when it comes to games, they want to touch it, man. They want to touch it. This
I
game
ain't touched
even
the
in our
game in years.
GameStop stores. Like, yo, try it out. You gotta try
Nah,
it
I
out.
buy Switch games.
You gotta
But no,
try
I
it
mean,
out, man. You know?
and those are digital. Look, man, Google half-hearted half-hearted effort yielded half-hearted results. As simple as that. Like we can sit here and talk about them. We're giving them a eulogy. Only thing we're missing is taps, right? And it's over. And anybody with two eyes can see it coming years away. I put it on Twitter last year. That Google is showing everybody gaming's future, but unfortunately they won't be around to see it. They're just like Microsoft. Microsoft was early with everything. Xbox record that. Now and everything was bad, right? But now what is it? Alexa. Everybody wants Alexa. Now Alexa's on the Xbox, right? On your computers. Everything that Microsoft tried to do early. And I believe that they mentioned, you don't want to be too late, you don't want to be too early. Stadia was just a little bit too early and poorly executed. But I'm done on Stadia.
Yeah, that was the biggest
They
issue.
deserve this.
Poorly executed.
Yeah, they deserve this, and they didn't have no software. They have no back end, no third party developers want to make games with it. It just remember Stadia became the original idea was Stadia. I remember this when we had Chrome. They tested a game called Assassin's Creed or Odyssey. It was called Project Stream, and people like it. It was revolutionary, so that's why Google came out with the Stadia, and they didn't support it. Nobody supported it, and when you have no software, people are not gonna buy it. And I say this again. I think Stadia should have been free, in my opinion, in the get-go. Since in charging
Stadia
people.
was free.
Oh yeah, it was free. It was free. Then they start charging and all that stuff.
Wait. Oh, let's rewind for a second. I thought it was you paid a monthly fee.
No, Stadia.
Y'all
making me talk about it, but if y'all give erroneous information, Stadia was not free. I mean, Stadia was free. The only thing you had to pay for was their membership. If you wanted to get like an Xbox Gold type of
That's
service
correct,
or PlayStation
sir.
Plus type service. So and you had to pay retail price for the games. There are no discounts.
That's correct, sir.
Okay,
Why you said it like military?
Let me ask a question. So let's say I'm not a member or nothing. I just want to buy a game. Let's say insert game A, right? Was I able to play it on the cloud whenever I wanted to with no additional money spent?
If you didn't buy the game?
If I bought the game.
If you bought the game, you use the platform as you use any other.
So I never have to pay monthly for the platform or anything. I've bought the game already.
Nope. Stadia was free.
Okay, well, that's about as free as it needs to be, I guess.
And it still didn't work.
Yeah.
Facts.
And remember on live.
Yeah, Sick just talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
the same thing. When you have a product, it's ahead of the time. The world's not ready yet.
Mm-hmm. No, the world would have been ready if they would have had software. I'll put it to you like that. If they would have bought Ubisoft, the world would have found a way to get ready.
They should have bought like a company, in my opinion.
What company?
Like Ubisoft or something.
Well, I mean, it was well within their reach. I mean, Ubisoft's worth like $6 million. They were the only ones who really gave them the backing.
Yeah, support it. Like Assassin's Creed Origins and all that stuff.
Now Tencent owns 50%, so good luck.
Oh yeah, man. That's how it is, man. What you guys say, man? Google have no business in the video game industry, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's what. They have no business.
I'm just saying they got to get their there's certain things that you just can't do and survive in the game.
Right.
The biggest problem they had was those promises. They
Yep.
came out saying what it was going to do, and it just didn't do it. That's one of the worst things that you can do, because you lose the respect of the gamer real quick. Because what is it, man? What does a gamer like to do? He likes to brag about what he has. So the minute they wanted to brag, right, and tell the donkeys and the Xbox fans and the Sony cultists and the PC heads and everybody other nickname that you can throw out here, right? They wanted to showcase what they bought. They wanted everybody to see what justified their wallet, and Google let them down, because that's all this is. It's just a revolving door of justifying your wallet. And see, that Game Pass is just beautiful at doing that. It justifies my wallet, and it just feels good. And that's why Game Pass is thriving. That's why it's making other competitions have headaches and migraines, because it's based off the bank. Unless you are able to spend a lot of money to get this platform that we have, to put games on it, you can't talk to us. And like, what's funny is the only thing that comes close to Game Pass, somebody said it earlier, Deliverix. It's Netflix. And Netflix isn't even a gaming platform.
Yes, sir.
They are now. They're making games and stuff.
They just assembled a studio, man.
Yeah, yep, they are.
What game has come out? What game has come out?
No, you could actually play games.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
I know.
But they did just start up a studio from scratch, though. Initiative style.
Yeah. They're getting there, and I bet you that has a lot to do with that Microsoft partnership too. Let that Netflix and Microsoft partnership collide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let it happen with original indie games. Come on, man.
Yo. Let me switch the conversation to something that's related. We've been having heated debate about, but it's definitely related. I think we definitely need to speak on, just to set the facts straight about a lot of things, right? So that Logitech Cloud, I know you're a big proponent of that. I feel it's a little overpriced,
good
but
topic.
otherwise, major device. Now, Razer has just announced their device, right? Already naming the chip that's going to be in it, which will be the latest and greatest Qualcomm. So this is going to be a higher end device. You feel me? Plus the 5G, right? We got a lot of Chinese handhelds for as low as $130, even less, right? That could do the streaming thing on some Wi-Fi. It's a big deal, because not only if you're not a cloud user, but you have console to be able to remote play around your house, outside your house, right? And then there's also the xCloud. On PlayStation has an amalgamation of stuff that I can't readily identify, but they have some kind of streaming. Even a lot of Nintendo games on the Switch are actually cloud games.
Yep.
The game isn't on the handheld; it's in the cloud. You're playing.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's how the system is. I mean, that works a lot better for Japan, where it's prevalent over there with a lot of RPGs, like like Phantasy Star Online and stuff like that, right? But that just makes sense over there. It's small island. The lag is minimal, and they can have super fast internet because it's small channel islands. Like, it's not a whole nation, a whole continent like North America. Anyway, but yeah, that's a thing that's really starting to grow, a platform that's really starting to grow, and people are asking the question, and I started repeating the question to an extent, I believe, I forget when, but really shut me down with some just straight fact. He could slap me with some straight fact. I'm like, hey, I can't even deny it. There's lots of talk that and there's been lots of rumor. Everybody assumes that Microsoft is working on their own handheld. We do know they're working on some kind of like a stick or something. I feel that's their best play, and that's the one, and that's the one that has the most credence to it. There's been reports on that and stuff. The handheld thing is just rumor. It's just wishing a common wish or expectation that people have, but I don't think there's been any information as such, but this is a whole direction that's going for gaming, and I'd like to point out the difference between everybody else and Stadia. Like this cloud thing for Xbox and even PlayStation and even PC, right, is a side thing. It's not the primary way of playing. It's what you do when you're not home, you're on the go. When you're home, you're locally on your system and you're not trying to stream. When you're home, you'd rather have the content on your system. If it's digital or physical, at least you're running it off your own machine. Your home console is the one that's processing these graphics and stuff, right? It's like the difference between you streaming a movie and watching the Blu-ray. It's got that level of difference, and even more if your internet has that momentary blip, which can happen to any time to anybody. At least if you have physical, either the disc or a download, that's not going to happen. So I feel the cloud is more of a side thing, but not a primary, and I don't think it ever will be for a much longer time than I think anybody is ready to accept, I think.
So you're not a believer in the cloud. That's all you're saying, huh?
Not as the main thing, no.
Well, let's say that everybody gets on board with the cloud, right? But I think that it's years away, only because of the infrastructure, right?
Right.
The moment that that's in place and ready, I believe that every platform holder will prefer, except for Nintendo, because they can sell their handhelds, right? I believe that every platform holder would like to be able, going back to Stadia, because y'all brought it up. I don't know if y'all remember, but they were boasting 10 teraflops, 6 teraflops. I can't remember what it was. And it did actually perform because Cyberpunk actually worked on that in PC, but not, and as well as the current gen consoles. So it did perform that way. But I believe that all these platform holders would like to be able to have games be made without limits. The only thing that I feel that's holding them back from that type of a service or platform where it's all online is, would they still be able to make the same amount of money on the sales of third-party content, right? This is like Sony, Microsoft. They're using Steam because 300 million people are on Steam. Everybody says Microsoft's apps suck. Go ahead.
Is the 3800? Is the 3080? What is it? RX, whatever it's called.
RTX 3080.
Is that in the cloud right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If you use
that's a full-blown PC, right? That's a full-blown PC.
That's
spec.
a graphics card,
right? The whole graphic card virtually in the cloud. Now, if that doesn't ring a bell, I don't know what else to say. I've been saying this for years, that whatever you create can be put in the cloud. It's like water. Whatever you put water into, it becomes that form. Now, which one you think is easier? Putting it in the cloud or actually building a computer, building a graphics card?
Putting it in the cloud, taking away the barrier of entry.
There you go.
Right.
That's
which is why I'm a believer in the cloud. And
what did they
I just don't think it's going to happen today. Now. It's going to be a lot longer than people expect.
He said it today. The only reason
until there's a catalyst.
Look, let me speak on this real quick, because I think people really think it's really I think people think that it needs to take long. It doesn't need to take long. It's just other companies don't want to be looked like, oh, look, we're slacking. So we're not going to push this envelope because we don't have the money set aside. There's some companies who are trying to push the cloud, and there's some that's not. The ones that aren't is why it's taking longer, because the gaming industry has to move together, or we're going to have crybabies. We're going to have crybabies. Oh, my console ain't make it. You guys are bad guys. You see it now. Please to baby Jesus and Joe Biden and to the UK government, right?
Oh my God.
Please don't let Microsoft take Call of Duty away from us. The crying has already started.
Oh.
So it's not about it. It isn't that it can't happen. It can happen. The thing is, we don't need a crybaby community because, but eventually, if your company, right, doesn't get with the ball, then you're gonna see another Stadia situation. And this ain't gonna be because Google can make a cloud infrastructure for gaming. That's known. That wasn't the case.
Yeah, they run the service for Call of Duty. In case y'all didn't know, they had the contract for years now. Ever since I think like a year or two after PlayStation got the rights to the marketing rights, they did a contract with Google for the servers on Call of Duty. I think they still running those for like a year or two longer. That's what they've been using this whole time is Google servers. So people seem to forget when people talk about Azure. And then we talk about Amazon Web Services, that Google isn't in that conversation. They are number 3 in this situation. So it's not like they don't have experience in any of this stuff, Like eventually, Stadia did perform very well at the end there. Like it ran smoothly, But it takes time and effort. And that was the problem once again with them. And that's going to be the problem with anybody who's not putting that effort from, years ago already, if they plan to be relevant anytime soon. It's going to take time and effort. And that's why I think it's going to be a while longer. That's the main reason I think that.
I mean, all it's going to take is to raise customer awareness, right? And for a company to be confident that it can work.
Right.
And confident in the product. All Stadia is we have a streaming service. No content. No reason for me to choose your platform over all others. Now, once Xbox, right, if each and every one of these handhelds, everybody, they attach Game Pass to it because that's their selling point. You can play Game Pass. Now, like we spoke in the DMs, the play is this, right? It's not that the cloud is not good enough yet. Or these devices are too expensive. They're either going to be subsidized or you're going to have to pay full price for it. So you have Logitech, big brand name company. They've gotten all the major players. And I wondered why all of them included except for Google. Now we know why. So now they have all of the cloud players on their system. So the proposition is you buy this, yes, $350. But if you got these 3 services, you're going to pay what, $30 a month to have access to about 500 games, 400 games, somewhere in there. I think Microsoft has 300 something on their own. Then you have a 3080 in your hands, right? Then you have isn't Luna on there as well? No? Yes?
I think so.
Nobody knows.
Talking about Logitech? G Cloud?
That's what I'm talking about right now.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
No.
so at this point you have Nvidia and you have Xbox. That's the proposition. You're gonna pay for the hardware, but you have access to hundreds of games. Day one. It's not that it costs too much. You can do that with others, right? Fine. I don't know. You can't do it with a Steam Deck seamlessly. That's a Steam platform. Microsoft. Everybody says it works. It doesn't work for me. And then you have what is it, Aya? They do it as well. But this is Logitech. You're gonna get class service with them if you have any issues. And the proposition is you have GeForce and Game Pass day one, and they're working together, so you know that it's gonna be seamless and it's gonna work. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that it's gonna take off, and this is Pactor's prediction made true of 100 million subscriptions, but that's the proposition, and I do believe that there's a place for it. They just have to get out and educate the consumers as to what cloud gaming is. What do you get with the Logitech? They haven't even begun. Everybody's attaching themselves to Game Pass, but Microsoft hasn't even begun to put it out there that this is what we have and this is what you get. I believe that Microsoft is waiting on the right apps to do that. The apps that everybody knows, like your Call of Duties, like your Elder Scrolls.
Realist, why does the Logitech can run for 12 hours? Why can't it do that?
Because it's on Wi-Fi.
And
Because
it's
in the cloud.
streaming. It's
There you go.
streaming. It's
Say it
streaming.
again. Because it's what?
It's in the
streaming.
cloud.
It's in the
It's
cloud. That's why. What does the cloud specialize in doing? Taking the load off of what? The hardware.
CPU. Yeah.
There
GPU.
you go.
Yep.
I don't know why
That's
people
right.
don't understand this. So
I
don't know why. This is what gets me. When I came into this next generation mindset, I came for next generation stuff. I didn't come for what we already have or being in a comfort zone. I'm trying to be the one to push something, whether it fails or not. This is what makes Stadia's story, the end, not so bad, because we already know what's going to happen. Either Google picks right back up, or another company is going to come right behind and make their vision successful. We know this now. The thing is, what Logitech was able to do was, and all of them, all these handheld devices have one thing in common. What's the one thing in common that they're doing to push these handhelds? It's not Mario games. It's not PlayStation games. It ain't PC games. What are they pushing for handheld? What are they pushing?
I don't know.
Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Oh.
You know why?
Oh,
Because Game Pass
I heard that.
is the #1 marketing gaming service today. It's not PlayStation Plus. So every time you read up on these handhelds, whether it's Logitech, Steam Deck, the new Razer, or the Luna, right? Go read what's available right off the bat. Xbox Game Pass.
Wait, what's the Luna?
Uh,
That's Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
Well, hold on, they have a handheld of their own?
Yeah.
No,
No, they don't have a
It's
handheld.
Oh, okay.
They-
They don't.
Okay, it's just the way you said Luna in the naming of the handheld.
Amazon made their own cloud service, so you have Amazon
cloud.
Prime.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I know
There
about
you go.
that.
It's just like
Correct me.
Stadia, but it
Yeah,
runs
correct
off the
me,
router.
Yeah. Lemons
Yeah.
had that since the beta. He was on there.
They're pushing the most popular cloud service out there right now. So what does that tell me? Okay. It's telling me the good thing is that people have choices. Now notice when Steam Deck came out, it was quiet. And then Steam Deck had a good run for some months. And then Logitech comes out. And right after Logitech, now everybody's coming out the woodwork, right? And I'm thinking it's not going to stop. But what's going on is they're saying, hey, listen, you're going to have enough handheld varieties, right, to choose from. Where you're strong at for what you want to do is what you'll buy. Now, what's floating out here is this misconception, right, about the Logitech G Cloud. Oh, you're not going to be able to run it off 5G, 4G, so you're not going to be able to take it anywhere with you. That's false. It can connect to Wi-Fi. You're just going to have a device that it can connect to. Now, I'll speak from experience. I traveled around this country as a wind technician. I wanted to play my games. So what does a gamer do that travels a lot and wants to play their games? You go and buy you a hotspot. Everybody wants to act like hotspot devices don't exist. Now, I'm not traveling anymore. I'm not walking down my street with a handheld device. I can't just go anywhere. You can't do that with none of them. You can't go everywhere with them. So now you have to.
I just use my phone for that. I don't know. It's unlimited data.
Exactly. These are handhelds. These aren't mobile devices. Let's get it. Let's get that understood. Right? So for legal, my job now, I'm local. I do my travels, but I'm local. Unlike Realist, he goes further out and comes in. Realist has a hotspot. So the G Cloud isn't going to affect him at all, because when he stops, he don't have to worry about ending his gaming. He's going to be gaming. See, I don't have time for part-time devices. Don't give me no 2 hours. Don't give me 4, 5, 6 hours, because I know it's not going to. That's 6 hours or 4 hours with circumstances to it. I don't want that. I want to be able to have security in my gaming. If I want to put it in work, I got something that can put in work. I don't have to be in my room. I don't have to be, way far out. But at least let me be within distance. I'm good, right? So the Logitech is going to be perfect for me, because all I'm going to be doing is running those Game Pass games anyway through there. But the Steam Deck lets you go further than that, right? It lets you build off of your existing PC gaming library, which is great.
Yep.
It also allows you to run off of Wi-Fi, which is great. But here's the beautiful thing that Steam Deck represents. It represents versatility, where you can be offline. Now, does offline run those games fantastic? No, but the option is there. And that's great. Every one of them. That's right. I agree, Vodka. They don't. That's not the business of Microsoft. I want everybody to understand. Stop thinking Microsoft is a hardware company. Please. Doesn't need a handheld when everybody else is making them. All they need is Game Pass put in it. That's Microsoft. So pick one you like. If you want an Xbox handheld that bad, go get a sticker and put an Xbox on it. Put an Xbox logo on that sticker and paste it on that handheld. You be good.
But imagine putting Game Pass in the Logitech thing, or
Yeah,
even Valve came out and says that they want Game Pass on Steam.
They want it on there.
Yeah, because
they want it when Microsoft pays them.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Steam Deck with Game Pass.
But you know what
That's a
that
money
does,
maker.
Realist? Okay, I'll put it like this: Games Hero Sick and Realist and Chit Chat community. I got a question. I'm gonna ask Realist this. All right. Let's see which one makes more money. We'll just put it like that. We'll do Sesame Street real quick. All right, Realist. You wanted an Xbox Series X, right?
Right.
Now tell me how much you paid for it. All together, if you had warranties or everything.
$580.
How much?
$580.
$580. How much have you paid since then for that Series X?
$580.
So you're telling me you haven't paid no more since you bought it?
Not for the Series X.
How long have you had Game Pass, Realist?
Since they told me it was coming.
So you've had Game Pass since 2016, right?
Yeah, that's when they told me. It was E3. And then State of Decay was coming out, and that's my joint. So, yeah.
So they made more money off of you.
A lot, yeah.
That's it. That's it. You see how this works? It's continual money. Now look how they do this. If you want to see how much money this really makes, for every 25 million subscribers, right? The worst case scenario would be they're all Game Pass Ultimate, right? So if you say $14.95 times that by 25 million. And y'all are worrying about console sales?
Who is?
Right.
Donkey.
It damn sure ain't Microsoft. Now y'all see it? It's plain
Yeah,
as
but
day.
then listen, Microsoft does not make money on the hardware. They make money on the software. So why would Microsoft count, the Xbox sold 25 million copies? I mean, units, who cares?
Games Heroes. The misconception that everybody makes money off of consoles is the joke. Nobody's making a big profit off of consoles.
The only company that does that
Right.
is Nintendo.
And they don't make a huge
And
profit.
they don't make a huge profit. That's what
And
I'm
it's
saying.
not
They don't make it. Yeah, they don't make a huge profit.
I mean, as time goes on and Nintendo is
keep
still
them
able to
posted.
hold the line at 300, they make more money.
Right.
But Nintendo, but
That's
Xbox
right.
and PlayStation are lost. That's a loss leader for them because they actually put or get as close as they can to the customer threshold for cutting edge tech.
Yep. That's where the money's at.
It's the
Yeah,
razor and razor blade
Nintendo's selling us
classic.
12-year-old hardware, but we don't care because we love the games, I guess.
Okay, Game Pass has been out for what now? Just Game
Since
Pass.
2017.
About 6 years?
5.
5 years?
Yeah, 17.
Five.
It came out 17.
Game Pass Ultimate did. Game Pass came out in 2016.
Okay.
But I'm just talking about Game Pass. Game Pass.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I want everybody to see this. Tell them, Jago, again. Speak on it. 375 million per month.
Damn.
And y'all talking about some consoles? You see what I'm saying? Just look, Jago, do me a favor.
And that's old numbers.
Right. Jago, do me a favor. Put up the number for $14.95 a year.
Is that just for regular Game Pass?
Just a year. And times that by 5. Show us the number for that. This is how easy this stuff is.
So
I'm just gonna give out the base pay. Give us Game Pass Ultimate, Jago, for the whole year, for 1 year. Give us the total of that for 1 year. This is where it's gonna get crazy.
But everybody's not on Ultimate though.
Yeah, okay, that's for Ultimate. Yeah, Jago, listen.
Oh, that is for Ultimate. Okay.
Give me Game Pass. Give me a Game Pass subscriber for 1 year for Ultimate. Give us the number for that.
180.
That's 180, right?
Yeah, 180.
Okay. That's base pay. We're not talking about the 20% that actually buy games off of Game Pass.
Right.
You see what I'm saying, Sick?
Then you get that 20% off. I always have to make that. People forget you can buy them games 20% off.
And that number probably grew just a little bit.
But we know that. But a lot of these, names say, you can't buy games on Game Pass. Yes, you can. Yeah. Microsoft give you an option, and you get discounts.
And you get a discount.
I bought.
Thanks, everybody.
Same sentence.
I bought Forza Horizon 5, and it's in Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. I did the same thing.
As a perpetual subscriber, I'm not buying any Microsoft first party games.
I bought Halo on disc.
You don't have to.
Halo.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Not really. If you can laugh, you don't have to.
I bought Halo twice. My bad. I bought the steel cover and I even bought the encyclopedia book.
I bought the encyclopedia, but I didn't buy the Halo.
I didn't buy Halo. I
bought Halo twice, bro.
I have every disc, bro. I gotta have it.
I bought all the Halo games. I bought all the Halo games Infinite. So
it's the first thing I ever put in my drive. I didn't even know if my drive was gonna work or not until I put that disc in and the game launched because I'd already downloaded it.
Yeah.
Popped in the disc. I'm like, oh, thank God my drive is good.
That's right, Jago.
I wouldn't even know if mine didn't work.
Anybody can buy. Look, man, you can go out. This is how you can go out and bum for Game Pass. You can literally go out and be a bum and get Game Pass money that day, and some more. If you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning,
advocate the
if you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and put a sign up saying, "Listen, I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty. I just need to reinstate my Game Pass subscription for $9.99." If you can't get that by 7 o'clock that night, you need to move out of that city.
I tell you, get off your ass and get a job, scrub.
Facts. But if you can't do that, you in the wrong place, bro. Because just like Jago said, anybody can get Game Pass, bro. You can go around and ask people for $1.
You can get it for free from
Microsoft. Get it by the end of the day, bro.
I'm doing the rewards thing.
Yeah.
I haven't paid for Game Pass Ultimate in months. Those points earn enough.
That's true.
From playing my games and doing the things on the website to pay for my Game Pass Ultimate.
Big awards. I do the same thing too. Yeah,
man.
You get
All
it.
you
You
gotta
get
do
that
is
for
play
free.
games.
I don't even know anybody.
Yep.
And it's like, and it's not something I'm doing out of my way, right?
Yep.
Like I launched the app, I hit A couple times all over the map, right, for like 3 minutes, and then I just play my games as normal, and I'm racking up points.
Hey, but think about that. It's only $15 a month. You know, $15 not a lot of money. These people think that $15 is a lot of money.
Truly broke, you can still do it. Is my point. There's no excuse.
But you know, fun to hate about these
family
people.
package, yes.
Hey, you know, fun to hate about these people talking about Game Pass subscribers. Oh, we broke, so we can't afford $70 games. Man, I don't care.
We're just
I
not
ain't broke.
stupid. That's
I'll
it.
be that.
I'll be
I'm
that.
not broke.
I'll be that.
True, I got a job, and I do buy games.
I don't even care if they worry about that. They worry about the wrong thing, man.
Yep.
Why?
Don't be worried about my pockets.
What is what? Why is it, man? These people, like I understand these people. They go buy their nice cars and stuff. People gonna see you, right? People come on Twitter and these social media platforms just making crap up, man. Like I'm not paying extra when the option to not pay more is there. Why is it that gaming is the only thing that exists where people think paying more is going to get you anything more?
It's not the only thing, but it's the only
what
thing.
Else? Tell me something else where people say, "Oh, if you buy this."
High-end equipment of all different types where, you know, the higher end you go, the more elitist and asshole and just snobby they get.
Hey,
but
man, look, what kind of equipment are you talking about, though?
Like high-end TVs, sound equipment.
Oh, man, hey, man, you lost me there, bro.
Cars.
You lost me there, bro.
Yo,
nah, that stuff's good, man.
Hey, Runaway Dragons
that stuff's good, man.
Chat. He'll tell you, man, listen, that some of these people are impossible in this same, I swear, I really wish I studied psychology. I say this all the time, because I tell you, there's got to be some term that's something is in common with all of these people. It's some kind of flaw or just way about them that makes
P. Diddy
them
gave
like
it to you and bring them to the geek.
What are you talking about? Oh, the movie. Okay, yeah. Okay, right. Be homeless. Wow, that's fucked up.
No, mind screwing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that's the only thing. But I'm gonna say, I mean, normally with hardware, you know, and things, if they tell me something is better, to be the judge. But there's no difference in your $70 game that I'm getting in Game Pass.
This is too funny right here. Some people spend more on cigarettes and beer than Game Pass per month. I'm done, bro.
I'll spend more on a sandwich. One sandwich. What are you talking about?
And guess what? I get my Game Pass from Aniba. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I don't see, like, what are we trying to prove? I pay more for my video games than you.
Yeah.
Since all the video games cost more money, I mean the same amount of money, I have to feel like somehow I'm better than you.
Yeah, and you know what, realist? You're playing the same game $10 cheaper than me, you bastard.
Yo.
Yeah, hey man, look, man. If it's in Game Pass, I'm gonna knock it out.
Yeah. It really doesn't
Especially
matter.
if it's a big game, like I'm probably gonna skip Lies of P. But look, what's another one? We got Scorn. I would have bought Scorn. Yeah, I'm thinking about this year, but like,
please don't say. Oh wait, I was about to say it.
Plague's Tale Requiem. I would have bought that game.
Man.
Why would I? Why would I have bought that game? Right? I would have bought that game because Microsoft let me play through it in Game Pass. That's the power of Game Pass. You get to try these games out. I would never have played a game that looks like a Sony game on my Xbox with a slingshot.
Hey, but you know what?
I don't come to Xbox for that.
I tried it out though,
and you did it anyway.
It's a good game.
Hey, I like the story. I hated that slingshot, man.
Yeah, me too. I hated the slingshot.
Yeah. And a lot of those games are just on the cloud. You can just launch the cloud version just to try it out and see if it's even worth the download. Yo, like instant demo. See, there's another example of the cloud, you know, like being a side thing that I don't I can't live without already now when I'm demoing games, right? Because I'm always using that cloud function, right? This is another example of the side thing. Even when it becomes the primary, that's an example of the way it'll be all the time. You want to play something, you just hit launch and it's running. You don't have to download nothing. It's just already there.
Yeah, because the cloud has been on Xbox.
Right.
That's the best thing that Microsoft ever did.
Well,
Look,
another big thing is
The
you
great
connect it
integration.
on Wi-Fi 6 or Ethernet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what people are looking into for these handheld these the cellular to me is more for like on the road, and then the Wi-Fi. Could you imagine like if people buy into this and understand fully what it is, and that's incumbent upon these people creating this hardware, Logitech, maybe even Xbox through some type of partnership or infomercial on YouTube, to give your child something that they can sit around for 12 hours with. That's a whole day. Not saying to go put your kid and let them drone for 12 hours. That game can last them the whole day. That handheld, right? Now, 350, you already know that's the early adopter price. Well, actually 300. The price is going to go down. We've seen other competitors throw their names in the hats, right? I think it was Aya who's got another one that's coming out, basically doing the same thing. I think that it's a Nord that was always there. I can't remember, or Loki or whatever. I can't remember.
What was it? Just like the Steam Deck?
It's a handheld PC.
basically an Android tablet with a controller on it to me.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, the proposition is you get access to all these games. You're at home. You're on Wi-Fi. You don't have to buy any games.
Yeah.
But see, the messaging behind that hasn't really been driven home to casual buyers yet.
That's the
There
type of thing they
there
gotta
are a lot
try.
of people
Once
out
they
there that
try
don't
it,
even
they'll see the vision,
understand.
the light bulb will turn on in their head, I think.
Not really. It will take years.
No, I think it just takes some education.
Yeah, you
I
gotta get in the hands
I
of the
think we have
people.
a lot of
Show them.
uneducated consumers out there
Yeah.
as it pertains to cloud gaming and what you can do with it.
Right now, even.
Yeah, like we know about it, but how many of your friends that just play Xbox, PlayStation, or whatever are talking about cloud gaming?
No,
How
none
many
of
of
them.
them? How many of them think about remote play? You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
In their home. Yeah.
These are things that have been available for years that people don't even utilize. So it's going to take some education, but eventually that's the way the industry is going to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
And like in the next, I would say the next 15 years.
well, all
Because
it takes is the infrastructure. If
it's
the
it's
5G
about the
rollout
infrastructure.
takes
Yeah.
5 years, then we're ready.
I think
Yeah.
6G.
Yeah.
I think when 6G rolled out.
You don't need 6G, bro. I get a gig.
Yeah. On 5G.
Look, you remember how the phones, Realist has a point. Y'all remember when the phones came out, right? And they were pushing 4G, right? Or LTE. Not even 4G, LTE. Remember when the LTE was a thing?
Same thing.
Right. And some phones had it and some phones didn't. Everybody's now going to have it at the same time because I'll use not even Dallas, Arlington for an example. 5G came out. 5G was pushing. AT&T, everybody was talking about 5G. But our phones didn't have it. We were waiting on it. But the AT&T Stadium had it. You know why? Because
it's the AT&T Stadium.
Right. It was a bigger business. It was meant to be used on another level. And then it comes down to us. And then we started getting it. We started getting it in patches and little spots and areas where you would go until eventually it's almost everywhere you go around in the city. It didn't take 10 years to do that. It don't take 5 years to do that. It takes just a couple of years to do that. That's it. Cloud gaming has been here since 2013. Now,
yeah, but you live in Dallas, basically.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about it's been here since 2013.
I think years of that.
You're in New York.
I'm not even talking about that. Listen, cloud gaming has been here since 2013. Name me 3 consoles that use cloud gaming. I'll wait.
None.
Thank you, Game
One.
Zero. So
Switch.
it's not
And
that.
Xbox.
Oh, the Xbox and Stadia. They're the only. Well, not Stadia ain't even a console, but it was a gaming space. I'll put it like that. One console. There you go. One.
No,
console.
Xbox and Switch, bro. Y'all gotta
and
keep it a
Switch.
buck.
Yeah, keep it a buck. Xbox and Switch.
But cloud gaming be here since
Wait a minute.
2009.
2009 with On Live.
When did Switch? I got a question. Since Switch got brought up, when did Nintendo sell cloud gaming?
I told you.
With Final Fantasy and
2020.
Thank you. Stop playing with me.
So what is it? Okay, what did you throw a date out there?
Nintendo did not sell cloud gaming, right? They sold cartridges. All right, that's what they sold the Switch for. They didn't sell it off of cloud.
Oh, well, they sell it for. Okay, you didn't say for.
Yeah. You didn't say it like that.
I mean, it was obvious.
No, it's not, because you said cloud gaming because you have Final Fantasy that can't run, that could have run, but it's in the cloud. You have Control that runs on Switch in the cloud.
Y'all ain't listening. I say cloud gaming has been here since 2013. Was the Switch out in 2013?
No.
Okay.
No.
So why do we bring up the Switch when the Switch was made? It wasn't even the cloud.
Man, don't be asking me trivia questions and get mad at me when I give you an answer.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, cloud gaming was not ever a selling point for Nintendo.
It wasn't.
That's my point. Right. But cloud gaming was a selling point for Stadia and for Xbox.
But who used cloud gaming on Switch?
No, bro.
People who want to play Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's it. You know? But
Control.
I'm not even gonna go there. That's just a waste of time too.
Monster Hunter, couple games.
But this is the point that I'm making. Only 2 entities was selling it. Only 2. That's my point. Now we're moving forward.
Don't sleep on Nvidia, bro. That is not new.
Yeah, but who's pushing it? Nvidia ain't pushing it.
You want to know why? You want to know why you don't hear about Nvidia? Because you remember, I don't know about you, but I have a Shield Pro.
Yeah, the Shield. There you go.
All right, that was what introduced me to cloud gaming. Mm-hmm. You had Nvidia or the GeForce Now.
That's the forebearer of all of them. That's the
GeForce. Yeah, GeForce Now. OG. But you had to have a $400 Shield to even try to use it at that time because that was their delivery. So the barrier of entry was $400 to stream video games.
But realist, here's the thing, man.
What?
You think that who? What noise is that? Who's bouncing? Is that us?
I don't know.
I've been hearing it for a while.
That's you, Sick. I heard. No, it's not. Sick's on mute. It's gotta be realist. Okay.
Well, let me mute myself and then.
Instantly him. Yep. Oh,
that was still it, boy. Nah, listen. You think that, man, I got it, and I got it, and you got to do this for it and this. But realist, to be honest with you, bro, it's purchasers like you that help push things forward. This is why I don't listen.
The dumbasses.
Right, we're the dumbasses. Exactly. But if it wasn't for the dumbasses,
that's the early adopter tax, man. That's the way it go.
Right.
That's the way it go.
Right. If it wasn't for the AKA dumbasses, right? We're not going forward. We're staying right in our comfort zone, right? So anytime I hear cloud gaming, I'm trying to get to it because I already know, man. Look, bro, we gotta get here. The sooner, the better. The more we drag and drag and drag, don't expect these great experiences because what we're really trying to get to, right, is where Apple's already been. Apple's been in the cellular data forever. Right? You don't have to worry about no damn Wi-Fi with that iPad. As long as you're paying on that service fee, you're good to go. Playing games on it, whatever. That's where it's trying to go. But Microsoft doesn't have them phones anymore. Sony don't have no phones anymore, right? So now devices will be their way of getting to it. So they got to go through the baby steps. Now you get, because you look, all right, we talked about this today. I'm gonna bring this up. Everybody talks about the positions in markets, right? And they love to throw the jabs at Microsoft because they think Sony's just number one because of their bag. Sony's not number one in the gaming market because of their bag. Sony's number one in the gaming market off their popularity. So where are you going with that, Legal? Well, you're just a hater. All right, listen up. The real market is your bag, is your bank. That's the real market, all right? And as you can see today, you can buy things that increase your value in the market. The reason why your favorite platform right now is crying like a little bitch is because that little bitch knows that they don't have the real market, all right? So they're doing whatever they can do to slow this process down and keep their little egotistic popularity run alive, which is dying. You heard it here, which ain't gonna last long, all right? It's not gonna last much longer, all right? So I love y'all. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm not these other YouTubers within y'all's community that lies to y'all. It's not gonna last much longer. All right, so we got Embracer, who's got big bag. We got Tencent, that's got big bag. We got Microsoft, that's got big bag. Nintendo is an afterthought. Nintendo wants none of the big bag. It's just there for the kids, for the grown-ups nostalgia, and just have some fun. Listen, we put out what we put out. Y'all gonna accept it. That's what it is, all right? So Nintendo may fall around the 6, 7 spot in all of this whole shebang. The big baggers, right? Well, Microsoft, Tencent, and Embracer, they're not going to be number one. They don't, and you know what? They don't want to be number one. Legal, what are you talking about? That don't make no sense. Well, yeah, it doesn't make sense to a person whose theoretic mind thinks the little bank can take big bank. What I'm saying to you won't make sense. Because if you're the big bank and you want to expand, being in the number one spot is the last place you want to be. Because if you're number one, you're not going to go nowhere. They're not going to let you get bigger. You are already there. Hint as to why Sony ain't buying a bunch of studios. Y'all don't get it. Y'all think that Sony can't buy studios. They can. They're number one. They put themselves there by default.
Yeah, they'd rather just, pay for blocking rights and exclusivity, but they do purchase studios. They do. It's just at a slower clip. It's at a lower end.
On a lower
right. Scale.
And
that's the word, lower end.
Lower end. And it doesn't matter, right? As long as they build their catalog up. The problem is they have a little bank. So whatever purchases they're going to get are going to be little purchases compared to the big bank purchases, right? So Microsoft is in the 4th, 5th spot. It fluctuates. Satya done already let us know that, right? All Microsoft wants is 3rd place because they're not even competing with Sony when it comes to the real market of things, which is the big bank. They're competing with Embracer and Tencent, but more realistically, Tencent, because Embracer is just the one above all. If Microsoft tries to get like Embracer, they're gonna automatically become number one because it's just gonna happen. They don't want to be number one, right? They just want to be where they can compete and expand their vision. So as long as they're in 3rd place, the weight is off of them. Because when you're number one, you got a lot of weight on you. So what's wrong with Sony right now? They got to prove that they're number one, and they're not doing a good job with that. Y'all been sitting here waiting on games all year long, and now you got God of War coming. And when God of War comes, it's going to be a big party. In about 2 more weeks, going to be dead again. Then y'all going to go out. Then you don't want 2003 to happen. That's when it's no more fun being a PlayStation fan for the rest of this generation.
For the rest of the console's existence.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, that's true, realist. But they don't believe you, realist.
I don't care.
You see what I'm saying? They think that what we saying is a big joke, whatever. But Realist basically he wasn't as nice as I was. Y'all want the truth of the feelings? Here it comes. When 2023 comes, and from that point on, your reign, as far as all these, well, that's dead anyway. Y'all already failed all your narratives. But this whole notion that you're moving forward next gen and your games look the best and all these other little jabs y'all make, the little elementary jabs, they're gone after 2023. And
I'm gonna give you a perfect example of what next year is going to be
like.
You
know what, Six Slayer?
What?
Have you noticed, and I know everybody out here has noticed, these little trailers that are automatically coming out of nowhere now. These little tidbit trailers that are giving you death sentences, right? They're showing you what these next-gen games are going to look like.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Gray.
They're not going to be
out of nowhere.
Like Gray,
every other day.
And not only Gray, like Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
A lot of PlayStations are getting traded in 2023. And I'm going to put it like this. You are dead correct, sir. Let me tell you something about the gaming community. Why Black Krillin could say that so effortlessly, right? And say it was such confidence.
With his chest?
Right, with his chest poking out. With his arms in brawling mode, daring you to do something to him, right? Because here's one thing about the gaming community. You don't want to be on a side that's not living up to its hype. No gamer wants to be representing the console that don't live up to its hype. Now, notice I didn't say what is weaker because I've represented the console that's weaker before. But the other consoles couldn't touch it in features and gameplay and community. So I stayed over here on Xbox. I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm good. Yeah, it might not have been the most powerful console. The Xbox One wasn't the most powerful console. But guess what? Best community, best customer service, best controllers. I had a fun time over there. I'm reaping my benefits, right? I ain't run when things get hard and go over here, the place that I diss, and then want to fellowship over here, and then when things get wrong, run over there. You don't move the gaming industry forward doing that. All that flip-flopping and all that's not good for our community, bro.
Nah.
That's why you got to be real with yourself.
It's really going to be like, it's going to be like 2007, right? 2007 was a major year because and we know that was the 360 generation, right? That was the platform that led. And so all these were on the 360, but they were also on, a lot of them were also on other consoles. But that was the year of Modern Warfare, the original one. Halo 3. I think Grand Theft Auto came out that year.
Bioshock. The
what
do
you call Portal, the orange box.
You're right.
Crisis.
Metro Prime.
Metroid. Did you say 2007? Yeah.
2007.
The
you want to know what Six Slayer, and the reason why Six Slayer is telling the truth? Because the game that got that push started that he's talking about, and you know what, Six Slayer, you damn right about that. Because I'm gonna even go back even before 2007, but not that much more. And it's one game that got that whole wheel turning, and that
Gears
was
of War.
Gears of War. There you go.
Yep.
Gears of War started that wheel, and it was no turning
That's when the
back.
360 started to get that crossover appeal into regular people because of Gears of War. It's true.
No. That was 2006. But 2007.
That was late. But here it is. Here it is, Games. It was November 2006.
Yeah, it was right at the very end.
That's where the wheels started turning. And then, like Six Slayer said, by the time 2007 came out, all them floodgate of games hit. There was no more stopping Xbox.
Bioshock, Elder Scrolls,
Crackdown,
Mario Galaxy, Rock Band,
Mass Effect.
Half-Life 2.
Exactly
a major update to World of Warcraft back then when World of Warcraft was still on the come up. Okay, was the Burning Crusade. I don't even play that game, but I know that was a point where it went from it was already blowing up. It went megaton.
Yep.
At that point, the orange box, Ratchet and Clank, Future, the first Uncharted, Portal, Zelda, and it was Metroid Prime 2, and Guitar Hero, Rock Band, major titles that define that whole generation, all came out that one year. And next year is starting to look like that because everybody's gonna have hot fire. Even PlayStation has like 1 or 2 games potentially at the end of that year. We'll see, right? But
name 2.
Them games ain't coming. Them games ain't coming out.
Name 2 Six Slayer that's hotcakes on PlayStation 5 next year.
I don't know. I really don't know.
The only one
that they're gonna have nothing. That's
the only one. It ain't coming out.
It's Spider-Man.
It ain't coming out.
That ain't coming out next year. That ain't coming out next year.
But I disagree though. I disagree with 2007. One of the best years in gaming is either 1998 or 2004.
Listen, man.
Man, I've never given this any consideration. What happened in 98 and 2004, real quick, if you can?
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Half-Life 2, Halo 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Ninja Gaiden, the Pokemon series, Prince of Persia, World of Warcraft, Fable, Far Cry, Fallout, Killzone.
Did you say Killzone for real?
Yeah,
okay.
You know.
You know what?
I've been playing it. It's trash.
I'm not going to debate Games Heroes. I'm not going to debate that year. Great year. The difference is what Six Slayer is saying is the momentum.
Yeah.
Of a new
most important thing.
Movement. See, we're in a new movement, right? And we're being judged. And Microsoft knows. See, here's the difference. Microsoft told us, right? We're going to bring the RDNA 2.0 gameplay to Xbox and Xbox Series X, right? They told us that. They told us without even flinching. They said, but here's the issue here. Here's what we're going to do. We're not going to rush this experience, y'all. We're going to get these dev kits out. They're going to come a little late. But once these developers get their hands on this dev kit, start making their games, I'm telling y'all right now, that's the things that y'all are going to experience on our console are going to be never before experiences. Y'all are going to be wilding out on these things, right? So a whole year goes by, right? A whole year goes by, and Microsoft wins the publishing of the year, right? I know people say that ain't a big
already
deal.
happened.
It's not a big deal for PlayStation, right? But it's a big deal for Microsoft. You know why?
Right.
Because Forza Horizon 5. See, y'all wasn't paying attention to Six Slayer. I'm even going deep. Six Slayer, they think realists, they think Game Serial, they think Chit Chat community, they think that this fall is the wheel or 2023 was the wheel. Wrong. Forza Horizon 5 kickstarted this wheel last year. And its momentum has carried all the way through this year to right here. When that Scorn hits, when that High Off Life hits, when that Warhammer hits, when all these games hit, they're going to be pushed because of the success of Forza Horizon 5. And when this thing keeps moving on to 2000, see, because the donkeys think, oh, this year is over with. And you notice how nobody's really wanting to admit that we got these games coming in 2022. Haven't you noticed that, Game Heroes? Haven't you noticed that? How they so quiet about 2022. They don't want it to be real.
Hey, they told me their Xbox has no first party game 2022.
Right.
And we got 2, Deathloop and Grounded, but they don't count.
Because they want to believe that. That's that. I'm going to close my eyes and wish that there's no first parties coming out 2022 for Xbox. If I close my eyes, that means I don't see it. That means it don't exist. That's what they do, right? So they come out on social media and they say the dumb stuff. But here's what they don't want to see. They really don't want to see those third-party games hit on Game Pass this year, right? So as we're going through 2022, because that's going to be the funniest part. The funniest part is when them games drop in 2022 and we're playing them. While they got when they got that one game that's going to be drowned. But look, Call of Duty has already snitched on that community. The number one, what? Alpha beta test? It came out of the PlayStation camp. They're ready. They're ready for that game. So God of War has no chance against Call of Duty. Well, so as we move past that, right?
Oh no, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Right.
Grounded came out. Grounded got great reviews.
Wait. What you said? Grounded get what?
Grounded got great reviews. I told you, Games Heroes.
You're so proud of that game, aren't you?
Games Heroes is so proud right now. Y'all laughed at him, made fun of him, and now I see nothing but cricket.
He was vindicated. He was validated.
See nothing but cricket.
They laugh at me talking about this game.
Yeah, they ain't saying shit now. They tried to say, because I saw that one picture where they used the PC version because that was 8.3 and the console was 8.1, but the PC version had more reviews at that point, right?
Right.
So
both
have the same version anyway. It's the same code.
Right. No, both have 8.3 right now, but there's only
at the time when they took that picture, though.
Yeah.
To, like, nitpick it, but it didn't matter anyway. Because at that point, console only had like 3 reviews and PC had like 18 or something.
Because you want to know what's funny, sick? Every real Xbox gamer knows that Xbox fans don't go on Metacritic.
Right.
If y'all ain't noticed this by now, then y'all ain't gonna never notice it. So when Xbox scores high and stays high, it's there for a reason.
So a game like that's supposed to be low on the radar of PC already had 18 reviews before the Xbox did, because Xbox people really don't be messing with Metacritic.
They don't go over there. They don't mess with it. They don't care about that.
Right. So that's going to take a long time to come. That's how little Xbox dudes mess with Metacritic, that even PC was ahead of it a little bit.
It's true.
But more reviews is coming in like between now to the end of next week, because most of these big sites never got the code from the early access, so they're playing right now and reviewing it. So you got an 83. But I would say we'll go up to an 86 or 87.
But here's the thing, gang.
That would be funny as
here's
hell.
The thing, games. They admitted that this game is going to be successful. You see how they're scared now to low rate a game like that, because they know that game is an Xbox game. See, they thought it was a joke. They thought it was a joke when they did Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2. They learned from that.
Yeah.
They don't want to look stupid no more.
Yeah.
Because they know that rating. They know that rating ain't going to be the final blow for that game.
They lose credibility when they put out these trash ratings, and then these games go on to get 35 million players.
Right.
Exactly. That's my point. If the game already has over 10 million players on it right now, before they rated the game. So how dumb would you be?
No. They rated the game before. See, Ryan McCaffrey is a clown.
And they shouldn't have.
Yeah. Ryan McCaffrey is a clown, right?
We complained about everybody.
So I remember I was on Twitter 2 years ago, right? They really rated the game because it was an early access. They gave the game a 6 out of 10. Now,
that's about right.
This guy came out, Ryan McCaffrey, the same dude, now gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
he gave it a 9.
Yeah. Now Ryan McCaffrey.
That's right.
Yep.
Ryan McCaffrey says when Microsoft bought Bethesda, he says that he wants Obsidian to cancel Grounded, cancel the Outer Worlds 2, cancel Valve, and make Fallout New Vegas 2.
He said that.
That's crazy.
Moron.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And he doesn't get held to the coals for that. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Shout out to JyzalGamingTV, because I think he was the one who tweeted this out. No,
it wasn't J-Rock. I think it was
well, you don't even know what I'm kind of mentioning, and he tweets out a lot of things. So, hang on a second. So he retweeted something about if you average out all the Metacritic of Xbox with the first party, or at least the big AAA on Xbox versus the big AAA on PlayStation, Xbox is ahead. 8.6 versus 8.3. That's kind of embarrassing, man. That's another year.
Dude, look, Xbox has taken all the wind out of my console war sales.
Yeah.
This is no longer a competition.
It's just obvious.
I agree with Sony. I agree with the European Union.
Right.
I'm in agreement. Yet the show must go on. Sony must get this work. And they need to be put in their place. And it shall be done.
And it will be done.
Look, there is nothing to talk about. They have 15 studios and we only know of 5. We only know what 5 do. Now we know what 6 do because they're porting the PC.
Right.
We know Naughty Dog. We know Santa Monica. We know who else makes games that we actually care about?
We know Sucker Punch.
We know Sucker Punch. We know Gorilla. Who else? Nixus. Who else?
Right.
Nixus is supporting the arm. They're always busy. Now,
but that's what I said. That's what they make 6. There's 5. Who else makes something that we know that they're known for that we call a banger? Right? You're gonna put that up against Bethesda, and you're gonna put that up against the reinvigorated Activision, where everybody doesn't have to be all hands on deck for Call of Duty. There is no longer a console battle. Like, if y'all want to talk to these dudes, y'all can. Like, these dudes are grasping at straws. They have to create these stupid narratives like I pay $70 for my games and you're in Game Pass because there's nothing left for them. When Spider-Man comes, that's the only time they can put the chest out. God of War, maybe. Because we know that the only game that they really buy is Spider-Man. God of War, Horizon. What else sold 20 million? What else? Seriously, hold on real quick, man, because I'll be done. Like, all these games that hit these.
Hold on, let him speak.
Uncharted and Last of Us, right? So when do they hit these 20 million? When do they hit these 20 million numbers, man? These games got to be deep discounted, bundled, pushed on them over the course of years before they hit these numbers with 120 million consoles. And then if you factor in the PlayStation 5 with these cross-gen games, Horizon can't even move units. GT's stagnant. Like, dude, the only game that Sony can really put on and be like, you know what, this is gonna be a winner. It's Spider-Man. They're gonna hype God of War. But God of War is going to drag just like all the rest of them because nobody bought I ain't going to say nobody. 20 million people bought a PlayStation to play PlayStation games. Because that seems to be the cap with all their games. And sometimes those 20 million people get disappointed and they just skip them out completely. And go play Call of Duty and go play Madden, 2K, and Fortnite. There's no narrative that these dudes can throw at me that makes sense.
But realists, you gotta understand. They force these bungles to let these people they force the game in on the PlayStation 5. Let these people play these games. Nobody wants to play Horizon Forbidden West.
Forgotten.
All right. Yeah. So think about it. When Call of Duty is coming out next month, right?
Killing me right now.
October 28th, my birthday.
Yeah. So you tell me that more people are going to play Horizon Forbidden West. God of War Ragnarok over the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. No. More people are going to play Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was the biggest beta of all time, they said. All right, these people do it, man. But you know what? Let the numbers play out. Because remember, Sony never mentioned the numbers of Horizon Forbidden West. They never mentioned the numbers of GT7. They didn't mention the numbers. Now, you think they're going to mention the numbers of God of War? No. So what they're going to do is they're going to double dip and put the game on PC in a few months.
Now, here, Game Heroes. Let me validate you for a minute. You said something about Sony not talking about the numbers, right? They're being silent.
Oh, yeah, they've been silent for years, months.
That's true. But Stadia was being silent, right? Oh, well, Google was being silent about Stadia, and we saw what happened with Stadia, right? Now, you know how they always like to throw Xbox in the loop. and that silence. And Dragonheart, your boy, I got you. I got you. I'm just representing
What up,
you
legend?
right now. I'm letting it breathe for a minute, but I got you, Dragonheart. They want to throw Xbox in that conversation, right? So they want to say Microsoft is quiet about Game Pass, so evidently Game Pass must not be getting them subscribers, right? Wrong. That lets me know y'all don't do y'all's research, or do you read? Because what happened this year, Games Heroes, and Six Layer and Realist, when the first fiscal year traditionally always ends up in a negative number, right? As I recall, the one who hit the farthest low was PlayStation. And the sad part about it was they had a 37% profit drop, right? Nintendo, I think they had like a 4% or something, and Microsoft had a 7%, right? But if you read that article, what's the key thing that played out to where things broke even and stabilized itself? In that article, it said, yeah, hardware sales, gaming is just down altogether. But as for Microsoft, Game Pass numbers, they didn't say, now look, if it's going down, then the answer would have been Game Pass numbers didn't offset and it went into a negative. Then you know, oh, Game Pass must be dropping. That ain't what it said. It said that percentage neutralized itself and offset itself, right? Because of Game Pass. So that tells us that Game Pass growth offset that negative balance. That means Game Pass is still rising. Now, we're not going to hear numbers of Game Pass right now because we're in the season of non-impactful information, people. When E3 next year comes around, oh, you're going to know the number of Game Pass. And you ain't going to like that number when that number pops up. Mark my words. If you think Game Pass ain't hit some beautiful numbers right now, you fooling yourself. Shout out to my man Dragonheart, your boy, with the 200. Always love, peace, love, life. The Book of X, my man. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, but legal. Next year, Game Pass, we're going to eat next year. You know, you see how many games? You see how many games are coming in Game Pass next year? Think about the first party. The third party, man. Like the Wulong game to the what's the name? Replays and all that stuff. Man, it's a lot of games next year in Game Pass. And with some games we even know. But remember, Microsoft, this E3 says in the next 12 months, this is what coming in the next 12 months. We're eating.
They said it with confidence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stalker 2.
Every time they do that,
Stalker
every
2 in
E3,
Game
they always
Pass?
do that kind of thing. Like they say something that's absolute fact that they can hang their hat on. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's not. It's like when they show you all these exclusives, and they would say exclusive at the beginning of every video, right? Because they knew 100% they had it, and no one could ever debate it. And they just said that about 12 months of games confirmed. Like with the chest was sticking all the way out with a row of medals across it or something. I don't know. Like, it's happening.
You're right.
And how many games have gotten delayed? Big games that we know are close to completion and needs that little bit of extra polish, because we know a lot of studios got shook by what happened to Cyberpunk early on, and with Halo to learn that lesson from. So I think a lot of them were like, we'll fall back some. So a lot of them are spilling into next year as well that weren't even supposed to be there in the first place.
Weren't even supposed to be there. Exactly.
Yep. So
yeah, like Suicide Squad.
From the beginning of this year.
Yeah, like Suicide Squad was supposed to be this year. Yeah, that we know that will get delayed.
Right.
It's like Harry Potter will get delayed. That's common sense. So, but next year, man, I can't wait for Game. Listen, even this year, Game Pass was solid.
Yeah.
You know, September was a pretty good year.
Yeah, it
It's gonna
was.
be a good month. Next
Yeah,
month
man.
we're gonna have the Persona series finally.
You're right,
Lots
bro.
of indies this month,
You-
man. Tell me
Yeah, you're
y'all
right.
have been playing freaking Proteus. And
Hey,
what's
I
the
haven't.
other
You
one
need to
that
send me a link
like
for
has
that,
been
Stick. Send me a link for
Proteus?
that. I've been
All right.
working my butt off, man. Send me a link for that.
hey,
You got
hey! You know, again, I played this year. I would never even bought Sniper Elite 5.
Oh,
That is what. No, that game is good.
yeah, a lot of people didn't know about the Sniper series. And it just comes out of
I know about
nowhere.
I know
It's
about the
always
Sniper
a game
series.
to
I
play,
never
bro.
played it. I never played
Right.
it. And so you know what? I
A lot
tried
of
this
people
out in
did.
Game Pass, and I beat the whole entire game on the hardest difficulty. It's a very fun game.
And Tunic, that's
Tunic,
an
yeah.
indie game that, even if it was on a Game Pass, that would have been highly recommended on every platform because it is, right?
It's
But
on
hey,
every
on
platform.
Game Pass, we even have to think about it. It was the game of the week or two. Like, everybody was talking about it for that week or two. And it was on Game Pass. Same thing with Streets of Rage and Fantasy Star Online 2. We eat good off of the side games that we play 95% of the time between the AAAs. These are your meat and potatoes type of games, yo. You're playing these all the time. You're playing these more than anything else. Besides, give like Call of Duty nowadays that take up, your whole year of gameplay. Before that, it was side games like
Warhammer's
this.
coming. Warhammer's coming.
Warhammer. These are important titles. This is what you play most of the time.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Persona 5. That's coming out next month. Game Pass. That's huge.
Yep. Big.
That's huge.
Been asking for it, and
Yeah, a lot of the real Xbox fan. Now we're not talking about double agents.
High on Life, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
High on Life,
yes. You mentioned that one. Oh, bro,
Yo,
that blew up on Twitter.
Afterball, they trying to be slick. They don't want me to acknowledge what you said. I think Afterboss chose violence, y'all.
Oh, he did? What did he say?
Look,
God
of War Ragnarok is going to be overshadowed by Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the same way Horizon Forbidden West. And you forgot another game, though.
It was overshadowed by Elden Ring.
And Gran
it better
Turismo
freaking
7
win the awards, baby. Or
was
we right.
overshadowed by Elden Ring. He chose violence.
Mm-hmm.
But that's common sense. Because
I think he's right.
No, he's not right. You don't think he's right. He's 100% right. Nobody's not going to buy. Listen, Call of Duty is too big. All right, the casuals and the hardcore. God of War. Listen, God of War sold what? 20 million copies, right? It took them 5 years to take that 20 million copies. All right, how many? Like Call of Duty could take 20 million copies less than 3 months. Like nobody, like people are not gonna buy God of War Ragnarok over Call of Duty. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like, if Sony had them like a website that said the most playing game on PlayStation that time this year, it's gonna be Call of Duty.
Yeah, you already know PlayStation players don't buy their exclusives.
Let me put up a big fact real quick,
They play Call of Duty.
Let me put up a big fact that most people don't. A lot of times consoles just don't get their respect due, right? This is that Big Daddy Kane enough respect due is about to come in. There's only one place on God's green earth where Call of Duty runs like a champion, and that's on consoles. As a matter of fact, 70+% of all gamers play Call of Duty on consoles. So what does that tell you guys?
That's facts.
That Call of Duty had that this whole notion of frame rates and visuals, because in the customized world of PC, that's the flagship, right? Mm-hmm. Your visuals and your performances is the whole purpose of why you get a PC.
And pause right quick for something to help to prove your point. You would think this is against, but it's not. Yo,
no.
A large majority of those people who played on PC, from what I noticed, right, still were using controllers.
Mm-hmm. That could be a good point too.
These are not traditional PC people. These are probably console people who just got a PC, stuff like that.
Right.
Like new to the genre. So they'll use a controller just as much as they'll use the keyboard because they're new to it, so they just see it differently. Or they see it from the point of view of an outsider. Oh, I'll use a controller.
I'm gonna hit them. I'm gonna hit them. Are you ready? There's a reason why. Okay, there's a reason out of that 70%. All right, as to why Donkeyland is crying, and I'm talking about corporate Donkeyland, right? They're crying because 42% of those players come from the PlayStation side of things. Now, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors with that. But why do you think 42% come out of that? It's easy to figure that one out. Because what other first-person accurate shooter runs rampant on the PlayStation platform? I think Realist was saying this. Or no. It was the Beast of Truth in his Spaces that was saying this one day. I went over there and he was talking about when that's all you have to eat, that's all you're going to play. Mm-hmm. So this notion that, all y'all play this game because it's the most fabulous game on earth, it's not the real reason why you play this game.
People complain about that game
the real reason why y'all go crazy over COD is because it's the only real first-person shooter that you got.
Yep.
We got Halo. We got COD. We got Destiny.
Doom.
We got Doom. We got Fortnite. We got every shooter. What other shooter? PUBG.
Wolfenstein.
You can put PUBG in first person.
Wolfenstein.
This what I'm trying to say is
Wolfenstein.
Et cetera, right? Right. What's the other one? Borderlands, et cetera, right? And I wasn't talking about just predominant Xbox games. I'm talking about what they crowned Xbox to be from the get-go. Its original hater name was the shooter console.
Yeah. The shooter console. Yep.
The shooter console, because all we do is play games that shoot. Well, let's take a look at this. 42% of COD, especially Warzone players, are from the PlayStation community.
Oh no. Listen, that's a fact, man.
And 25% Games Hero. Watch this. Now I'm gonna say something next, right? That's gonna put everything in perspective, Six Layer. Everything's about to come into perspective when I say this. 42% of COD Warzone players are from the PlayStation. Now watch this. 25% are on Xbox, which makes about 70% of its player base, right? Mm-hmm. But watch this. PC users came in 28%. And people, Six Layer, wonder why Phil Spencer wanted to put the PC and the Xbox community in the same box. Because look at the percentage numbers.
They do the same shit.
They do the same. They're not bugging. You know why? You know why PC gamers aren't bugging off a COD like that? Sick. Because there's plenty other shooters outside of COD on PC's platform.
Yep.
They don't have they don't have shooters like that.
Flooded. They still play a 15-year-old game.
Right.
Yeah, man.
The number one game is like older than me.
Facts. They're not looking at Call of Duty like it's the last piece of cornbread on the plate. And y'all know, if you black from the South, that poor last piece of cornbread on that plate, boy, I'm telling you, we don't act like that. So now y'all see why the crying has occurred. You take COD, and y'all know, man, the beautiful year is 3 years. Y'all got 3 years of whatever terms of endearment there is. But you know one day you're going to wake up and COD is no longer going to be on your glorious PlayStation.
We'll get Warzone.
My question to you is, when that day happens, what are you going to do? Because COD is your community.
No. This is what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna hype for Destiny 2.
Okay.
And they're gonna talk about deviation, like they didn't just lose their founder.
Right.
TVA said they don't even have a game. What game they making?
Right.
Shoot, I don't know. They're gonna
Yeah.
and they're gonna talk about Haven, right? You notice I'm saying talk about, because like these games, like we
Never
don't know
show.
anything. We don't know anything
Talk,
about
never show.
them. They don't even have a name, and they got nerves to talk about Xbox's roadmap.
Uh-huh.
Haven has a game. That's all we know. Deviation has a game, and they just lost their founder, but it's Microsoft that has issues. I know it's not first party yet. I believe they have every intention of buying Deviation if they give them any excuse, just like Haven. But we know Haven has a multiplayer game. We don't know if it's a shooter. We know it's multiplayer. Uh, they have Destiny, but Destiny, he said, hey, they said, hey, I'm gonna see this guy over here too, and you're gonna like it. So they don't want, they won't talk about Destiny too much because that's for the streets. Matter, that their project they're working on, that's for us too. I mean, I can't, dude, this is over. It's over.
Yeah, but these games
it's over.
But these games are years away.
Yeah, but it's over. Game
Cause
Heroes.
Deviation, they lost Jason Bloom, and
it's over.
and he went. And funny, he went back to Treyarch.
Xbox wins, man. He came back
went
home. Where's Treyarch now? Where's Treyarch now?
He's from
in a couple of months. In a couple of months, they'll be Microsoft.
Microsoft, yep.
Just like that dude Phil. You think they're gonna get another Phil his job back or a job? The one who kills Stadia, the one who kills everything he touches.
His history in the games industry, like
dude, he kills everything he touches.
Time until he bounced with something else, dies 2 years later, goes to something else, dies 2 years later, goes to something else, dies 2 years later. I'm like, yo,
the only
away from everything.
The only company he never went to is Nintendo, because Nintendo said, we not hiring you.
He was even at Microsoft. He was part of the crew that that made the massacre in 2013.
Yeah, of course he was. Like he the guy. He don't believe in the European market.
Yeah, he literally that was it.
He was the guy.
Was his part to play when they were all completely retarded and did a lot of cocaine that day. I don't know what the hell was on their minds.
So okay. Since you brought that up, Game Heroes, what market should be believed in? Right, because it's United States that has like a lot of, what do you call it, a disposable income that wastes the most money. Then you have China that just has sheer numbers. Like what is it that the UK or Europe, what is it that they do that contributes so largely to anything? Like
no, but the European market is bigger. Is big.
It's big, but do they spend money? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Majority of people in Europe who buy a PlayStation, they just play FIFA.
Listen, man, it's like a monkey who's throwing his crap at the wall. Eventually, something's gonna stick, and they got a lot of monkeys because it's Europe, because it's all of freaking Europe. So I think that's the general play with that.
Look, the major trolls.
I just want to say something real quick. This whole notion that Halo Infinite is dead. I want to give out the numbers, right?
Who's starting that?
The average players.
Who's starting
for Destiny 2, right? Destiny 2's been out way longer than Halo Infinite.
Yeah, but Destiny's healthy. Don't do this.
It's 91,000, right?
Yeah,
that's the average. But I want y'all to see something. That was in the last 30 days. In August, it was at 68,000. In July, it was at 54,000. In June, it was at 70,000. You see these big dips? But do y'all really know? This is what I love about the Places community. Why do you think in the last 30 days that number jumped up over 30-some thousand?
A new DLC?
Not just that. What else you think it is?
That's the only thing I could think of, frankly.
Yeah, that's one of the things. The DLC and
Legal has these outside the box answers, and he thinks we're gonna come up with a good guess.
Yeah.
What's their narrative, Games Hero?
It's free to play.
Oh, Sony bought Bungie.
Oh,
Okay.
Sony Black Bungie,
The
yeah.
casual.
Yeah.
See, you gotta look at it like this when it's Sony. It's the casual. Won't say so. Oh, really? Yeah. Bungie made Destiny. Oh, let's go. They jump back on it. There wasn't no buyout for 343. 343 been out here since 2007 doing Halo, working on Halo, right?
I will take 343 any day with
Look, Game
the
Zero.
Marvel game.
Master Chief been messed up. They've been giving Master Chief the blues since Master Chief Collection in 2000. What? The end of 2013? No, the end of 2014. I'm sorry.
14.
Since the end of 2014, been giving Master Chief the blues. Been giving him all this smoke, right?
It was
We ain't even
deserving.
gonna talk
Not
about
gonna
Halo
front.
5. Oh my gosh, right? Then here comes Halo Infinite. It ain't got missing pieces, screws loose, the carburetors hanging out, the engine exposed and no muffler, Cadillac converters all missing and stuff, all loud and raggedy looking, interior all scratched up, right? And out of all that chaos, y'all, the average monthly players is 91,000.
You talking about Halo?
Halo Infinite?
Yeah, because
How's
it
Halo
started
dead?
at almost 300,000.
That's true.
I don't want to end on this.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but Halo's not dead because
No.
people like to go to Steam, right?
You
And
know
look at
what the real is. He made a point, right? Say that number again, realist.
It was like 263,000 off the top of my head. I might be off a little bit.
No, it was 300,000.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't
What?
3. It was less than it. It was just being rounded up.
Oh yeah, run it up, yeah. Halo.
Destiny 2 has a total player base of 41,807,572. Right? Their player count is only 794,344. You see that? You see that big gap?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Halo, if they only came in with 300,000, right? And they're holding 91,000, that's way better than Destiny 2.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So what does that tell you, realist? That Destiny 2 only soars during the DLC months.
Yep.
Well, that's the same thing that Microsoft is going to do. And that's why I was like, I really don't want to get on this. Like, Halo is struggling, and we have to accept that. But they'll also have to accept that Halo will bounce back once they give what we were supposed to get at launch, which is the co-op mode, which is going to be DLC. I don't know if Halo ever got DLC in the past. This is a 10-year project. Go ahead.
You just stole my flame, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Has Halo got a DLC yet?
No.
Nope.
How the hell is it maintaining 91,000? There's
because
no right.
You know why? Right? You know why though? Because Halo.
Tell me.
Halo's a legacy game.
There you go, boy. Say it again.
Halo's a legacy game.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Halo's a legacy game. A lot of people, you understand, Halo never dies. You can't kill the beast for, like, you understand.
So it's a baby's kid.
Yeah. Everybody knows Halo. Everybody, but
put some borax and bleach on it. That'll take care of
them. Destiny is a new player, and so during the DLC months, that's when the player base rise. Like, you gotta understand, nobody plays Destiny that much. Only the DLC months. That's why Destiny had a 10-year plan. And after Destiny 2, they're gonna have Destiny 3. So,
well, of course they're not gonna have a Destiny 18.
That's it. So if Halo is making it off of pure gameplay, off of just the dedicated fan base,
it's a fan base.
You can't get rid of it, right?
Nah, it's a youth fan base. It's a youth fan base.
When these DLCs hit, it's a wrap, bro. Those numbers are gonna skyrocket. And guess what? Year after year, Halo is just going to be out there. It's going to be nothing to touch it. And see, the thing about it is, man, as they go into this vast universe like they go into, we're about to go with Halo where we never went before. You know, that's going to be the beauty of this journey. And another thing, Games Heroes, the new people who are taking over 343, they're going to commit to making it a 10-year, unlike Destiny couldn't. Unlike Bungie couldn't do that.
We got to blame Activision too, man.
That's true too. That's true too. But that's
Activision had other plans because that game came out trash. You had to find the story through Grimoire cards.
Yeah, they weren't ready.
Like,
they shouldn't have come out when it did.
You came out with a game that nobody even had a story to. You was just out there.
Yeah, but see, y'all talk about Halo, man. Like y'all care about, y'all worry about these peoples with their narratives, man. Like Halo is Xbox. I don't understand why you got some people that say that they're better games than Halo. Halo is the best shooter on the market. It needs content for free to play. The Halo single player was outstanding. I have fun just swinging around on the ground, just grabbing stuff. Okay, the single player was on point. Now, since they said that they had to cut content, now all of a sudden people have an issue with it. Like it's still not going to be a 10-year game. Now, they made it free to play and they dropped the ball with the content. That's it. Co-op should have been there as well. We know Halo will never die because Halo, even though people don't like the direction that 343 takes with the game at times, the art direction, the story, it's always on point. The gameplay is always on point.
Real's got a point, man.
The story might not hit where you want it to hit because everybody, if they went straight by the book, maybe they go a little bit further. But then people will say they're going straight by the book.
Right.
It's like 343 can't win to these fans, and that's my issue that I have with people complaining about Halo. And I'll go back to being quiet because you seem like you want to.
You're right. It's the same problem with Gears of War. Look, man.
True.
The same thing because these are iconic. These are legacy games, right? So as soon as it gets off subject, we got the off track or something. We got the complainers. We got what it can't do and it's not right. And I was one of them, you know. And then all it takes is correction. I'm telling y'all. And when I'm telling y'all right now, them bringing back the name Gears of War, millions are coming back.
Yep.
Millions.
Yep.
Just because
what else is on the level of Gears?
What made it Gears? You lost millions.
Nothing.
Hey, real quick, because I know both of you two are Gears heads. What else is on the level of Gears? I have to keep telling you bots to stand on what y'all got, man.
Yep.
We have the best games that are in what is it? They're incomparable.
So
all right?
True. Really?
No, because y'all gotta stand on that stuff, man.
Hey,
like Sony's been getting by with not providing multiplayer, and y'all let them talk down about the multiplayer games, and y'all defend it to them.
Right.
They're sitting around playing movie games, bro. Dude, Microsoft is coming with the movie games. It's over. Y'all can say what y'all want to say.
No. I'm gonna say this.
Check this out. Because here's what they say all the time. You got the same old Halo,
Gears and Forza.
Right. But here's the answer. Yeah, and you don't. And you wish you did. No matter what you say, did. Because those are the best in what they do.
Hey, look. Gears of War.
I want to say this real quick. That you can say it. I used to think back in the day, damn, there's nothing that I can see that can even compete with Gears of War on that third-person shooter cover-based game, right? There's nothing that I've ever experienced. And I played that game for 3.5 years straight, multiplayer. It's incredible. The community is beastly, bro. You cannot come in there. Oh, how would be nice to me? That's not gonna happen, right? You're gonna be so frustrated that you don't belong that either you make yourself belong or you won't play it no more. And Gears is one of those rare communities. I don't even know how they make it. Right, games. I don't know how they lasted this long. They're mean. It's crazy, bro. They're mean. They want, because you learn how to play Gears by either two ways. You turn that bad boy all up and insane and play those bots, or you go on in there and get your butt whooped. You better learn.
Yeah, I got my butt whooped on rank a lot of times.
So that's how you're gonna learn.
That's how you
That's
play.
how you're gonna learn, right? But there's only been a concept, realist, that I can only think about that would match Gears of War in that type of setting.
Outriders.
That will bring a nostalgia, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. The only thing I can think
Outriders would, yeah.
Nope, not Outriders.
That vibe.
No,
They
not
got that
Outriders.
vibe.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. This is the only thing that I could ever think of. I'm serious. I really had a thinking day about this stuff. Like, damn, what could any game come out that would get close to Gears? And that would be G.I. Joe, bro. The Joes versus the Cobras.
That would be cool. You remember the Konami game where it was like behind the character and niggas ran forward and shot
You
everything
get all
over
the
screen?
Joes on one side, all the
Cobras.
the Cobras on the other side.
that
That's the only
would
thing I
do
can think of.
And they could do it like that G.I. Joe thing.
That should have been
it was like
bonkers.
a mini-series where characters actually died.
Yeah.
Like if they did it
that's
like
true.
that,
Yep,
where you know they would actually die, like some of them would die and stuff. That would be
Think
awesome.
about that, bro. You already got Snake Eyes that use Uzis, so think about it. You put some gun weapons out there, put it in third person, bro. That game would blow the hell
Here's
up.
the thing, G.I. Joe never got its due in video games because the NES game was dope. It was better than Contra could have ever hoped to be, but nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it. It destroyed Contra. It made Contra look like it was freaking combat on 2600.
That's the only thing I can think of that would compare to that, because I got to give it to Epic, man. They created something so rare. That's why I kept telling people you can't mess with it too much. It's too delicate. You start messing with it, and Game Serial's my witness. Because I'm getting with Game Serials, y'all. I heard a lot of good things about Game Serials. I'm gonna be hitting you up, Game Serials. We're gonna pick some days, and we're gonna get these stuff recorded. We're gonna be knocking some people's heads off, fam. So don't even worry. We're gonna help bring Gears of War back, man. You notice I didn't say Gears. I said Gears of War, bro.
Because Gears 5 wasn't a bad game. I like Gears 5. It's one of my favorite games. But we didn't be about the war part.
Yeah, we gotta right. You gotta have that feeling of war. It's gotta come out of our mouths. You know, it's just
because Gears 5 is not a war. It wasn't a war. It was a good game. It was a story. Yeah, it was a good game though. It was a good game.
It was a good game. I enjoyed it, but it was a story. You know, a good story. It was a good walkthrough. But Highbusters on another level.
That was Gears. That was Gears of War.
Level. And you know what? I was talking to Realist about this, I think it was you, Realist. I said, man, why in the hell did they rush Delta Squad to get so old so fast? Why did they do this? You know what? They could have literally went around the whole earth just off the second story alone. Just off the second story. You remember when you remember cutting through the worm? That was iconic, bro. Running through the body of the worm.
In Gears 2?
What you cut, it had like 3 hearts, and you basically gave it a heart attack.
Yeah, in Gears 2. That was Gears 2.
Now just imagine. We went around the whole world before Gears 3, right? We went from America, you know, we had a level where we went to Canada up north, and then cross over to Russia. You get over there in Turkey, India, Africa. Then we had to fly over to South America and stop right there. Look how beautiful Highbuster looks. You're in a jungle. Can you imagine playing Gears of War in a setting like that?
Hey, but hold on. You know, Unreal Engine 5?
Right.
Gee.
With a young Delta Squad.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? What the hell is wrong with people making these damn video game characters old?
Remake Gears again. So
Can you imagine a young Coltrane, bro?
A prequel story, yeah.
Right, running through there in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, showing off emerging stuff like that.
Yeah. Going berserk mode, bro. Losing his mind. Come on, bro. Like, the best is gone. You can't see, the thing about it is, man, no matter what they do, they're gonna have to go backwards because they can't come up with iconic characters like that. Nothing they can do. They killed off Dom, and it just went downhill from that. It got worse. I gotta play Old Man Marcus, bro.
Oh yeah.
I don't even like looking
He
at
still
Marcus
kicks
like
ass
that.
though. What are you talking about though?
He can't retire, you know. he getting sucked up by a swarm creature. Almost
He's too
killed him.
old. He's too old, man.
Yeah. He out there. What you got him out there for? Man, you better put him in a dang robot machine in a Merc like you did with a Coltrane.
Yeah, man. Marcus doesn't have it anymore, man.
He don't have it anymore, bro. He's looked like Kurt Russell. He's out there. Look, he's so stupid. He's Kurt Russell out here, man. Y'all got my man with the do-rag on, and he's Kurt Russell. It hurts me, fam. That's right, Phil Spencer. Coltrane from the Football to Gears could be its own game. Facts. Thrash ball could be its own game.
Yep.
We don't need these dudes. We don't need these dudes getting old, bro. Delta Squad for life.
Yo, put that in Gear 6.
Delta Squad's in your house, bitch. You remember that?
Facts.
Oh my
Facts.
God, he went crazy on the
Kurt
bike
Russell,
over that bike.
Y'all got my man out here like Kurt Russell. Hurting. He got to sit up here and icy hot himself.
Oh, mommy, don't let the bad man get us. Fuck you. We're going to whip your mamas.
Right. It hurt me, dog. Exactly. It hurt me. Hurt me to see my homeboy like that, man. And you got Coltrane sacrificing himself at the end. We thought he was dead, bro. He walking off. I'm like, look at my dudes, man. Come on, man. Don't make my dudes look like this. So who we got? Dale? JD? Man, y'all need to stop it. Y'all need to stop it, man. Look, I loved how Gears 4 did Games Heroes when they went back to that young Hoffman with Dom and those special op missions. That was dope.
Yep.
They were putting those pieces together. So what about Santiago? What about his brother in those missions? Go back. Let's do an Aaron Griffin story. Put Ice Cube out here. I mean Ice Cube. I'm sorry. My bad, Ice T. I'm sorry, fam. I'm sorry for that.
Yo, go back to the war, the Permian Wars.
Wars. Let's do it.
Yeah, do that. I actually want to. Go back to that before the Locust.
Where Adam Phoenix and Hoffman was in that.
Yeah, go back.
All the way back.
Yeah,
exactly.
Go make
start over. Just start over.
This is why I love Gear Tactics, because they
or just reboot Gears entirely.
Just start over.
This is why I like Gear Tactics, because they went way back.
I did too. I did, man. I did. It went back. It did, bro. Cause you found out who Raina was all about. You found that out because what was his name? Gabe?
Yeah, Gabe
was pimping at the end, bro. You saw it.
Yeah, Gabe is Kate. What's his name? Father.
Yeah, Gabe started pimping towards the end. I'm like, yo, he want to go on special missions with Raina too much. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden now we get Kate in the picture. But you learn something though.
But you learn a lot about Kate though.
Right. I like the Gears of War 5. Notice I ain't say Gears 5. I can't do it no more. Gears of War 5, right? I love the Nile story, right? I love that. You can't listen. You put those locusts back up in here. Put a little bit of swarm. We're sick of the swarm, all right? But I understand the swarm's got to be in it right now.
No. Let the swarm versus the locust. Who had the most?
No. Just let the swarm mutate. Remember, they're still in their nymph stage. So let's see what they look like, what they're gonna become when they full grown, right? When they get through their final transformation. Let's get there, right? Mm-hmm. But damn it, like we got to get out of the kiddie stories, bro. This ain't 90210, bro. Like, I'm sick of that. Shout out your boy. Bro. I'm tired of the come on, man. We gotta go now. We gotta get gruesome. You know, you killed off my boy Oscar just like that. Come on, man. Oscar was wrong. He got ate up by the swarm creature, right? He cuts his own. Look, bro, he kills it. He got one hand. And you mean to tell me he been hiding out, holding it down, that made another community, waiting for them to get there? And you mean to tell me this big end locust or this big end swarm walks behind him and you don't hear him and he turns around and he grabs him by the neck? Come on, man. Y'all got my dudes out here looking like they ain't cog material no more. That don't happen. Mm-hmm. These dudes were soldiers, bro. Soldiers. They were on a whole nother level. You know, even Prescott was raw, dog, right? Prescott bled out. He hit it up with a bullet wound, and he stayed in that chair and shot all those locusts that were trying to get him, and he died by blood out. They didn't even get to him. These are the dudes we talking about. We didn't even like Prescott. When we found that he died on 3, we was like, damn.
Yeah.
He went out because of blood loss. The locusts didn't even get to him. We was bugging, like, yo. You know, the Onyx Kings. Come on, bro. They ain't just dying like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got my people out here dying like that. JD, no, the one that gets me is Dale. Y'all got to do better than that, bro. Come on, bro.
And your belief.
We went from Coltrane to Dale.
Yo, legal. Who you choose? Kill Dale or kill JD?
I killed Dale off.
I killed Dale off too.
Yo, it seems to me you mad at that character the same way that
Black
Mega is mad at
Black and Black. I killed Dale off.
What's his name in the Final Fantasy VII remake? Because K Mega can't stand that guy's voice, bro. In the same way you seem to hate Dell.
Yeah.
Nah, it was a tough decision, but I have to choose it.
What for me? They popped that up immediately. We gonna
hate
say
that
JD.
dude, huh?
We're gonna say JD right off the bat. Wasn't even a hard decision.
Yeah, I gotta say JD, man. Because Mark has been a lot, man. He lost his wife.
I killed JD in there.
Nah, and he lost his tomatoes and all that stuff. So yeah, man, I gotta have to kill them, man.
Black BL.
Listen, I don't hate. Listen. I don't hate the new characters. I don't hate Dell. I don't hate Jane. It just compared to the old, compared to the old Delta Squad. They're not the old Delta Squad. Man.
Hey, you want to know what pisses me off? See, we done got in the game, and I'm sorry, y'all. We're just gonna go an extra minute. What pissed me off, bro, is that you got people like Jace out here. Why did you take me to that comedic stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where Jace owned that. We know that from the story. And then you ain't got no Jace. But Jace is supposed to be that middle person. He's in the middle. So he's a little bit older than JD and him. Why isn't he a commander? Why isn't he? Where is he? We know he's not dead. So where the hell is he? You got Jace possessions and property in the game, but you don't have Jace in the game. Not even for like cameo appearance. That's the stupid stuff I'm talking about that don't need to happen no more. Like, we got to stop playing around with Gears of War, man. Put Gears of War's name back in there. Look, there's a reason why some things stay the same. Star Wars. There's a reason why that song never changes. There's a reason why the Superman song never changes. But we gotta go out. The reason why Halo never changes. But what did they have to do to us, Games Heroes?
They changed a lot. They changed a lot.
Our music.
Yep.
It's like riding around and you in a car, right? You got your favorite CDs in, and the CD changer. Somebody comes up in your car
and change it. You get pissed off.
Come on. Look, Phil, come on, Phil. Don't hurt me like this, bro. Kate looks like an activist that hate Gears. Facts.
Yeah.
A feminist that hates Gears.
Yeah, she looks like a feminist. And Kate had a good little twitch on her. I was like, yo, I'm feeling funny playing with Kate. Damn, you made me play with Kate. I had no option other than, here, son, you play. I'll back
this
you
is
up.
not an option.
No, in the beginning you play with JD, then you play with Kate.
Facts.
Yeah, you know what I hate about it? You don't hear about the new Gears? Is the open world section. I hated that.
Anya was better. Exactly. Look, bro. See, this is what pisses me off when people come in here and tell the truth. Truth over feelings. Anya was better than Anya's dad. Anya, Sam. I even tell you another one. What's her name? God dang it, what's her name, bro? She got the dreads.
Coltrane.
No. She's from like Poland or something, right? Come on, man, Phil. Come on, Phil. What's her name, bro? Game Show, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah, I know you're talking. I forgot her name.
She's the older woman. She has the dreadlocks because it's her nationality. She's old. She's not German. She's over there. She's not Romania. What the hell, bro? I can't remember her name, but she was a sniper. She was in 4. No, she was in. No, was she in? No, she was in 4.
Oh, Burnett.
What's her name? No, not Bird, not her. The other one. She's the older woman. She's the older woman. Y'all don't. I'll be damned.
Bernie?
No,
not Bernie.
not from Gear Tactics. From Gears.
Yeah, Bernie.
No, not Birdie. Oh, was that her name?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
She's the older woman, right? With the dreads, with the gray hair dreads, right?
Yeah, that's Bernie.
There you go. That's it. Her.
I mean, after Bernadette, after he said no to Bernadette, I was done.
She was more raw than Kate. That was a stupid one. Look,
they called her. They called her the boomer lady.
Yeah, bro. I'll tell you one that's even worse than that. The redhead chick on Gears 3.
Oh,
right, the lyrics. The redhead chick on Gears.
Yeah,
Gears
forgot her name.
Right, she was more raw than that. Like, this was stupid, boy.
Yo, man, in Gear 6, they gotta make Kate a badass.
Right.
But you know why? Because if you play Gear Tactics, you realize how she made. Because remember, they made the damn Locusts.
Yeah.
They fight the other team. Forgot the other team called. They made the damn Locusts.
Yeah.
And she and
yeah,
and
you're
she
right, it was Bernie. Yeah, it was Bernie. I remember.
And if she find out that her father's alive and all that stuff, she got to be a badass character now. No more feminist or that or all that stuff.
You know what, bro? If Gabe is alive, bro,
yeah, he's alive.
Gonna be on a whole nother level.
Because, it will be whole man.
Because you remember when, like I said, man, it all went ridiculous with me when homeboy with the mustache, right? The old car guy on Gears Tactics, right?
Oh, Sid.
Yeah, Sid. And you remember he was gonna take out Ukon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was wondering, they was like, why are you taking him? Let's get him right here. And he was like, no. He was, I'm putting him in that cage. He was, I'm driving off with him. And they thought he was like losing it. And so you remember Gabe hit him. Bop,
with a shovel.
Right. Butted him, knocked him out. And then homeboy got away. So when they caged him up, he came and let him know, I'm sorry, bro, but what were you thinking? And he was like, why did you stop me, man? It was personal between me and him, right? So he started listening to him. He said, you guys don't know anything. You guys don't know nothing. That was my kill. That's what I wanted to do. And y'all stopped me from doing it, right? So he's listening to him, bro. This is when, this was the turning point for me as a Gears fan. When he said, there's things that y'all don't know and don't even know why you fighting, right? And he was like, what? He said, what is it? What's the deal? He was like, bro, you see these creatures, right? He was like, yo, these dudes used to be humans, bro. They used to be humans. On top of that, a lot of them was soldiers, right? This is why they know how to use them guns and stuff. But then what did he say, bro? I know this got you heroes. When dude told him that it was the cog who created the locust.
Yep.
Cover-up story.
Shit.
It went wrong. It went wrong.
And that's how Kate was born.
That's right.
Yep.
See, Kate and Raina, they fighting, but you got to remember, their family, they thought they were dead. Remember, because Prescott was tricking them because you remember they kind of went rogue. They went against their commands, and he was like, "Let me know where your location at."
Hey, we are totally have divested into a different direction, bro.
Yeah, man.
we gonna finish it up. We just talking gaming. And you remember when they gave him the wrong coordinates and they saw that he was going to use the hammer down on that mountain, and that's when they realized, damn, they were trying to kill us. Dog, the cog was on some dirty stuff, y'all. I know it's a spoiler alert, but if you ain't played it by now, it ain't a spoiler alert. Just know that the cog is on some dirty stuff, bro. And you've been just fighting all this time, and you don't even know what you're fighting about.
Yo, man, Gear 6 had to go out, man.
Yeah, it's got to go all out, bro. Because now that's out the bag. It's gotta go out. And we're going to end the show, y'all. We're going to end the show. Six Flair gave us the hint. I get it. We got to talking about gaming people, and I love y'all. I love y'all a lot. I love Gears, bro. I love it.
I love Gears. I love the story.
Like it, bro.
Cocaine.
Nothing like it, bro. Nothing like it. And if they put Gears of War back on that title, bro, I might have to break out my old account.
I think it'll be a war between the Locusts. I think the Locusts coming back.
The Locusts got to come back. There ain't no sense of bringing them back for us to glimpse at them, and then they don't come back. Come on, man. And Raina, she's vicious, bro. She's vicious. And I ain't even gonna lie. I hope Kate becomes a queen, a little princess. Let's go all out. Just get Kate in there and let's go after two queens.
Oh man,
let's just do it.
That shit was crazy.
That'll be deadly, bro.
Oh man, don't you ask for trouble, man.
Right. I want to see it all out. Let's go. Hey, thank y'all for coming out, man. Thank
this
y'all.
Could be the last Gears, though.
Thank my brothers, man. Yeah. Shout out to Teknoblast. Catch him on his channel, Technos. Shout out to the realest one. Shout out to Six Flair. Shout out to Game Drills, man. These hard-working guys, man. Taking care of their families. Shout out to everybody in the Chit Chat community that comes to support their own base, their headquarters, Di-RRec Gaming. Shout out to all the real gamers out there around the world. Shout out to Red Panda for coming in, stopping by, and she's from Australia. So thank y'all from all the people that support us around the world. Thank y'all for everywhere. Where you from, no matter what time of day, we're really, really humble. We do this for fun. We do this from the kindness of our heart. I hope we bring y'all enough entertainment. We don't upset you guys. We try to represent the streets. We try to echo what we know y'all want to hear, and we try to speak that same language, man. Shout out to our Japanese comrades over there in Japan, man.
Man, look, shout out to the chat, man. I want to tell all you Xbox in closing to go get yourselves a premium console. Well, when you spend money,
you gotta take the roll of text.
They treat you like a winner.
Fact.
They put you in the front of the line. The more money you spend, that's premium. That's that premium experience. That's that elite customer service. Get yourself an elite console where you get that elite service.
Fact. Facts. Get that.
Yeah, shout out to the chat, man. I see y'all. I can't really read because I'm on my phone, and every time I press back, I get kicked out. So, hey, shout out to the chat. But I've seen some of the names like Dia and Boss Man is in there. Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to my man, Mr. King.
Because it's 11 o'clock.
Dragonheart, your boy. Appreciate you,
it's
man.
Midnight.
Yep, Dragonheart.
Thank y'all for coming.
You said Legend too?
No, Dragonheart, you'll be.
Okay, now Dragon, Rain, Jago, Di-RRec. Shout out to everybody,
man. That's my dude.
Yeah, Dragonheart Yobi, man, is a super positive individual, man.
Hell yeah.
He used to send out, happy messages, man. Hey, man, I hope you're blessed today. And I was like, oh man, this dude is outstanding. And I mean, not to me. I mean, I guess I'm not an algorithm.
That's what happened, man.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh man, that dude is cool, man.
It looks like y'all dodged the bullet.
G4 in the building.
No.
I just found out that he was on a podcast.
Thank you, Gia. Thank you, Dia. I appreciate it. For real. Jago 6 in the building, man. Spencer Williams in the building, man. Y'all know what's up, man. Pyro, my mans. Yes, sir, man. All y'all 100, man. Black Krillin. Y'all know what's up, man. Y'all know what's up. Just 100,000 miles of running, man. The Xbox community looking beautiful out here, y'all. Y'all keep it up, man. 2023 is going to be a big year, but we ain't worrying about that yet. We got some finishing up to do. 2022, man. We're going to do it big. This the new league will represent the X League podcast, the League of Extraordinaires. And remember, always keep it game and chase the one up in life and don't let nobody take that from you, man. Until next time, guys, we'll be back sooner than ever, stronger than ever, and better than better. And we out of here, y'all. This is the end of the broadcast. I hope y'all have a great night, great day, great
You
evening.
too, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, right.